Hello and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. We are here for Game Week 1 and honestly, I'm so excited for it. I hope you guys are excited for it as well. I have missed doing these streams. I was putting everything together today and I was like, you know what? I have missed this. I've missed the deadline streams. Of course, if you weren't around last night, we managed to hit 16,000 subscribers. So the good run just keeps on coming, doesn't it, really? 16k subscribers. Thank you very, very much for all your continued support this season. I mean, it's only just begun and we're already absolutely smashing it out of the park. So thank you very, very much. I have got my fan on. If you can hear the fan, let me know. Like, because it is red hot in this room, by the way. I've got to have like all the windows closed, all the blinds closed for the green screen to work. So if you can hear the fan, I'll turn it off and we'll sweat and I'll die probably from heat. But other than that, we're live, we're here, we're booming. Let's just get straight into it. Let's bring up the team. Let's see where we're at. So this is obviously the team. I did a updated draft earlier and a few things have changed. I've reverted back to what I originally had. So we've got Tarkowski in here and we've got Anderson in here. Everybody else is, yeah, all good. Can't hear the fan. Excellent stuff. Excellent. I'm so glad you can't hear the fan. But yeah, this is where we're at with the team for now. Things are going to change. I'm going to tell you this for free right now. Things are going to change. I think there's probably 2 positions, maybe 3, that I'm a little bit unsure of. Everything else is probably going to stay as is. All right? That's kind of where we're at with the team. But yeah, across the board, I think we're pretty set to go, to be honest. We're committed with the 4-5-1. And yeah, we're going to go with it. Yeah, just let me know if you can hear the fan, guys. If it gets too loud, I'll turn it off. I'll just bake, basically. I'll just bake, basically. Looking in the chat, we've already got Jamie. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing good. We've got Zen's in the chat. Abby's in the chat. Fletcher's in the chat. Some absolute legends early doors. So I appreciate all you guys. Like I said, if you can hear the fan, let me know. What else have we got in the chat kicking off? People are saying Tosin is the new Kwanzaa for this season. Yeah, I'm not going near Tosin. I had a little play around at the gym earlier. And then I was like, yeah, I ain't touching that. I ain't touching that. No way am I touching that. Can only just about hear it. Okay, I've put it as far away as I possibly can. But yeah. Jamie makes a great point there as well. Make sure you're getting your teams locked and loaded, guys. Because the website crashed, what, yesterday or the day before for like 12 hours. I guarantee it will crash on Game Week 1. It just is going to crash on Game Week 1. People are saying they can't hear the fan. Excellent. Yeah, people asking about the shirt. It is a Mansfield shirt. It is the new one for this season. I thought I'd wear something a little bit colourful. Get you guys in. Get you guys engaged. And yeah, we've gone for the Mansfield shirt. Hi, Tom. Hope you're doing well. Thoughts on Kudus? I'm just not a big fan of Kudus. I think there's probably better 6.5s in my opinion. I just don't want to pick any minutes risk players, and he feels like he could be one of those. It looks like they're in the market for potentially Savinho. I mean, some rumours are saying they are, some rumours are saying they're not. So yeah, I'm fully ready to get burnt by Tosin 2 seasons in a row. Yeah, I don't think I'd go near Tosin. I don't. What jersey am I wearing? This is the Mansfield Town jersey. This is the team that I support. I don't support a Premier League team. I support the team where I'm from, which is Mansfield. And yeah, it's our new jersey for the upcoming season. FPL going to move in the Club World Cup way. Mate, the Club World Cup deadline stream was just jokes, wasn't it? It was absolute jokes. The fact that they just went, oh, it's an hour early, is it, guys? There we go, that'll do. Someone asked me about my favourite 4.5s. I probably think Anderson, Agbu, maybe like Richards from Palace. I don't mind Juve as well if you're fancying a little bit of attacking ones as well. Yeah, I don't mind that. Obviously, we'll be doing team reviews as well in today's stream. That is the common custom with all the deadline streams. We do team reviews. Everybody knows that. We do team reviews. So get them sent to me on Twitter. If you go to one of my most recent polls, let's bring that up quickly for you guys. Yeah, if we go to my Twitter, come on. Make sure you're following me for one. We're closing on 4K, so that's not too bad in terms of followers. But yeah, come to this tweet right here, the one that is obviously advertising today's deadline stream, and whack your team under it. that is where we'll obviously be looking in terms of team reviews for today. So yeah, this tweet right here is going to be the go-to one for you guys to, of course, go to. And then you can get your team review by me. So it's a win-win. Dewsbury Hall. I just don't know about Dewsbury Hall's minutes. I really, really don't know about Dewsbury Hall's minutes. So I'm going to avoid for now. Yeah, I'm going to stay clear of Dewsbury Hall. Just doesn't seem quite right to me. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it just doesn't seem quite right. So I'm going to avoid it. Mansfield Town. I thought you supported Ipswich. No, I'm not an Ipswich fan. I'm a Mansfield fan. That is who I support. Hello, mate. Would you have Kudus and Tarkowski or Ruta and 8 Nuri? I mean, for one game week, you could probably get away with 8 Nuri and Ruta, right? You realistically could. Hi, I played DEFCON doesn't count. DEFCON doesn't count. Right, okay. Probably go Martinelli then if DEFCON doesn't count. Thoughts on Fulkrug with Watkins to squeeze in Bruno, Wirtz, Palmer and Salah. The thing is with Fulkrug, it was just his injury record from last season that would put me off a little bit. Other than that, I think good as gold. You can definitely look at him as an option. I'm from Mansfield, but moved to Australia 12 years ago. Very nice. What part of Australia did you move to? Yeah, locked in my... Yeah, mate, it was so funny, wasn't it, the Club World Cup deadline stream? It was absolute just chaos. It was honestly just carnage. But yeah, that's where we're at. In terms of the poll for today, let me know where you're thinking on in terms of that as well. Salah is currently absolutely blasting the poll out. He is absolutely smashing it, isn't he? 77% are going for Salah already. Jeez. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Let's bring up my team. How long is this deadline stream? So what we did last year, and we're probably going to do it again this year, is we will go from probably like now till about 4:30, and then we let all the big boys go and do their thing. Because theoretically, what I was doing last year was just massive long streams, and they just absolutely killed me off. It's one of the reasons I probably got tonsillitis. But yeah, now we're better, and now we're just doing these kind of more shorter streams. Today's going to be a big bulky one, but we're doing these more shorter streams, and they just work a little bit better. Hi mate, can you DM me your FPL ID? Yes, I will. I'll finish up around probably 4:35 on this one, and I'll send over my ID and my team. So yeah, all sweet. Ben Doak could be the new Rodgers. I mean, we're going to have to wait and see on the new Rodgers. Nobody's immediately emerged, have they? So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see on that one. Let me quickly have a change of this title because it's clearly not doing that well in the algorithm. Live game week 1 deadline stream. I need you, baby. And save. Ah. Salah only because of the uncertainty. I get that. I get why people are looking at Mohamed Salah. I think he's a fantastic option. If you want to go for Mohamed Salah, he is just going to be a brilliant option, isn't he? He is just going to be a brilliant option. In terms of my team then, guys, this is currently where I'm at, and this is currently where I'm thinking if the camera fancies refocusing. But yeah, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm thinking. This is kind of the only changes I'm probably going to make ahead of the deadline. Because we've obviously got, Forest going a little bit nuts in the transfer market. Looks like they might potentially be going for Douglas Luiz. I'm thinking about maybe getting rid of Anderson. And we go for Tielemans. We are obviously going to have to lose 0.5. So we do that. And we go and get Verbergen in. Like that. See what that gives it as an AI rating. Optimized team. Boom. What's it saying? Still 98. Still 98. So this is what I'm thinking of going for. I just think Anderson, like, if they sign Douglas Luiz, we could be a little bit screwed. Like, genuinely, we could just be a little bit screwed. And I don't really want that. So I'm thinking, we go for this. Tielemans' minutes look very, very secure. And if I'm ever going to downgrade any position, it's always going to be the goalkeeper, because I see absolutely no value in goalkeepers. So I might as well do that. And then just, yeah, roll with this as a team. Have the 6 million in there. And Tielemans has got great fixtures as well, hasn't he? So, yeah. Why not Reinders? Yeah, Reinders is also a great shout. I'm obviously going to get a lot of questions about Reinders, and I 100% understand why people are asking about Reinders. For me personally, I just don't want to have any minutes risk players. With us playing this 4-5-1, we realistically probably only have one substitution for the first few weeks. I don't know if Gui or Mark or whatever we want to call him is going to get nailed minutes. So I might as well pick kind of a Watkins, play the only striker. We'll talk more in depth about strikers in a second, but have pretty much a full 11 here that are probably going to play most weeks for this side for the opening 5. Try and roll as much as possible. Now, saying you're going to roll and then actually being able to roll is two completely different things. But I'm going to try my best. I'm going to sit on my hands with this team, and then we're going to see where we're at come game week 7, because we're going to free hit in 6, and then boom, we're good. And if this is the thing, if Reinders looks really, really good, then we can just make that switch. We can just make that switch and go for Reinders ahead of Tielemans. Why not? Why not? Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of scouting on Twitter today. I've been asking Villa fans and stuff, saying like, who do you guys think is the most nailed? And people have been saying like, yeah, Tielemans is good for minutes. So yeah, I feel pretty confident on that one. Andy's in the chat as well. Hope you're doing good, man. Is it still 1 hour till the deadline? No, we've got ages. We actually have ages. The deadline's not till 6:30 tonight. So we're probably going to be on stream till probably maybe like 4:30. Like, today's a big day. Today is a big day. What's the thinking behind one forward? Yeah, I can happily explain that to you. I hope this is the right slide. It is. So these are the predicted points for the forwards, right? And looking at it, you've got Haaland, but I don't see like why I would go for Haaland if I'm not going to captain him most weeks and pay 40 million. Don't see it. I see myself captaining Salah more, so Haaland rules himself out. But he is a good player on probably 90 minutes, pens, good fixtures, the lot. Boom, great. Watkins also probably fits that category. Good minutes, good fixtures, maybe on pens, but at least if we have Tielemans, we've got that bit covered anyway for Villa. So, you know, we've kind of got both edges of that sword. Then we start to go down every single forward here, and this is where the problems begin. Mateta, the fixtures, I don't think are quite there for Mateta, personally. I don't think the fixtures are good. You also factor in that they've got Europa League, or is it Europa Conference League qualifier, either side of the Nottingham Forest game in game week 2, so an additional 2 fixtures. Not ideal early where I want someone like that. Etike, I will eventually get his name right. They might sign Isak. Isak said he's never going to play for Liverpool again. So that puts already some doubts into him. If they don't sign Isak, in a few game weeks' time, he could be the go-to option because he's going to be the goal scorer and Wirtz will be the provider. And I can make that switch if I wanted to. Raul Jimenez, I mean, there's Muniz still there, but looks like he might be on his way out. But Raul Jimenez is like 400 years old. And I think if they lose Muniz, they're probably going to go delve into the market and go and buy a forward. Chris Wood, Nottingham Forest pre-season form has been abysmal in terms of goal scoring. The fixtures are good. Don't get me wrong. The fixtures are definitely good and definitely worth considering. But still, a bit iffy on Chris Wood. Gokeres, unknown to the Premier League. I'm not going to take that risk. João Pedro, minutes risk. I think he is a good look. João Pedro could absolutely smash the start of this season. He very, very easily could be. But at the same time, he's a massive minutes risk. Like, he's going to be coming off between 60 and 70 for Delap. If they keep Jackson as well, that's another body he's got to compete with. So I don't like João Pedro for minutes. Evan Nilsson, Bournemouth have been absolutely ripped apart. Not a great fixture in match day 1. Bowen, I think once you get past game week 1, the fixtures aren't really there. I think that's probably one of the main downsides of Bowen. And if you've watched this channel for a long time, you guys know I'm a big fan of Jared Bowen, like a big fan of Jared Bowen. So for me not to have Jared Bowen in my side says there's maybe something not quite right. Strand Larsen, I don't mind. The opening fixture's not quite there. He's probably one of my favourites that I would maybe look at. But yeah, fixtures, bit iffy again at the start. Again, Wolves as an attacking unit, they lost arguably their best attacker. Now, some people might argue that Strand Larsen will do better. But if you look at a lot of the models, like the 11-5 models, I think Opta as well have got them right down there for projected goals for this season. Isak we know about, transfer issues. Welbeck doesn't look like he's going to start the season. Beto apparently has had a fallout with David Moyes. Thiago looks like Brentford are going to buy another forward. Fulkrug had lots of injuries last season, never really kept himself fit. But if he can keep himself fit, could be a decent option. Visser looks like he's going to miss match day 1, and we don't know where he's going to end up. Joel Perreault looks like they're going to sign DCL, so a bit of competition. Dominic Solanke does interest me, but I don't think he starts game week 1, so misses his best fixture. And then Zion Fleming, not good enough. I'm not going to go there. Burnley just didn't score enough goals in the Championship. So this is why I've only gone for one forward. Outside of Haaland and Watkins, I just don't see anybody that has like a good list of things that I'd want to see. For me personally. Minutes, pens, good fixtures, limited competition. Not right now. Anyway, that was my little ramble there. I hope you guys now understand why I'm only playing with one forward. That is the strategy that I've gone for. We've had a super chat from Amadi. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing that, but Amadi has sent in a super chat. He says Van de Ven plus Porro, plus Ndai, or Dewsbury Hall and Porro. I already have Murillo. I think with Dewsbury Hall, if you back Dewsbury Hall to play game week 1, go option 2. If you're a little bit uncertain about his minutes, maybe go Van de Ven and Ndai. Like those guys seem a lot more secured. But I like the options. I do like the options. Let's head back to my team then. Let's bring that back up. So yeah, this is where I'm currently thinking. We're going to do a little bit more of a deep dive on stream round Tielemans and see if he's actually a good option. But yeah, I hope you guys understand that. Sesko, again, like it's a wait and see. It's not like an instant, I want to go there. Chris Wood I get, probably the closest to fit in that category. Good minutes, limited competition, penalties. He does fit all those things. But I'm worried about his overperformance from last year. And the fact that like there's just rumblings coming out about like Forest not being ready or not being where they're at. Like from Nuno in today's press conference. That worries me. That worries me a lot. Agreed, maybe the Palace forward in a few weeks. Maybe at that point, we can see who are the best two forwards within the game, right? I think in a few weeks' time, we're going to be like, great. Thoughts on Strand Larsen? I like Strand Larsen. Harry Wilson, I'm not as big a fan of. You're going to miss out on the JP goals in attack. Look, if João Pedro goes off, João Pedro goes off. But at the same time, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, let's say for example, game week 1, game week 2, he comes off in the 65th minute and doesn't even get a goal. What's going to happen to his price? Like, he's really highly owned, guys, and I just think for me, I want to try and build as much team value at the start. And I think I've got players in here that are going to build the team value. I don't know if I could say the same about João Pedro building that value. Maybe he goes off. Maybe I'm going to be wrong on that one. But a couple blanks in a row, or maybe a bench in, watch that guy's price crater. Absolutely crater. That's where I think we're going to be at with João Pedro in a few weeks. It's a bold prediction, but that's honestly where I think we're going to be at. We're going to be at a position where João Pedro's price is just cratering. Absolutely cratering. Kudus or Tielemans? I think Kudus probably more secure in his minutes. Tielemans the more exciting option. So if you've got bench cover, maybe go Kudus. FPL Caleb says, how's everyone feeling? I'm locked in with 9. Yeah, I think we're pretty much locked in. Maybe, probably about 9 as well. It is this last Tielemans. Am I worried about bench? Yes, I am a little bit worried about my bench. no getting around it. I am worried about my bench. But if everybody stays fit for the first 5, everybody plays good minutes, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Do you think Wirtz and Ekitike can cover Salah and also allow Palmer and Haaland? I think there could be a world where that happens, but I would rather wait and see on that world rather than like dive straight into it first, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that, is like, I do think it could be a possibility, but at the same time, I'm also like, yeah, maybe let's just wait and see first. Let's just wait and see. Team review. We'll get some team reviews maybe done like 2 o'clock, and then have like another batch a little bit later. Anderson or Reinders? This is the thing. With Douglas Luiz maybe coming, I'm a little bit less bullish on Anderson. I think if they sign him, they've signed McAtee. They're just buying a lot of midfielders. So I am maybe leaning more towards Reinders on that one. But again, you're then playing Pep Roulette. So both have got their own risks. I think definitely Anderson 100% probably starts the first 4. Best 4.5, probably Josh King from Fulham. Someone said no Salah, no Haaland draft. I can see them. I can see them doing well. There's so much of a good talent, but I think it's obviously captaincy. It is captaincy, isn't it? Really. George says hi, Pookie. Hello, gorgeous. Hope you're doing well. What's your thoughts on Rodgers? 100% in my team if he starts. Yeah, in an ideal world, if I had an extra $1 million, I would go and get Morgan Rodgers. I really, really would. But I don't have that extra $1 million. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And I think hopefully Tielemans can do a good enough job in covering him. Haha, love you too, baby. Wan-Bissaka or Anderson? I prefer Anderson to Wan-Bissaka. Need a push in the right direction. I've got Porro, Murillo and Esteve locked. Unsure which 2.4.5s. So you probably want to look where the bad fixtures are for Porro and Murillo, right? So Murillo, where's Forest's bad fixtures? Where are they at? Murillo's bad fixtures are 4. Porro's is what? 2. So you got Esteve that can cover that. So probably someone maybe in 4 to cover your defence up a little bit. Whoever's got like a decent fixture in game week 4. Let me bring up the fixtures this side. Let's have a look. I'd still be tempted with Rodgers on that one, Anton. Let's bring up the fixtures. Who's got a decent fixture in 4? Maybe a Palace defender. They've got Sunderland. Maybe like a Richards. Gahey, if you think he's going to stay. That could be your option on that one. Yeah, I don't mind Strand Larsen. I just worry about the number of goals Wolves are going to score this season. Are they going to score that many? And is Strand Larsen going to be able to put up the same numbers he did last season? That is kind of where my head's at in terms of the concerns I have for him. So yeah, that's where we're at with that one. João Pedro or Mateta? I guess you're playing minutes over fixtures right there. So whichever one you value more. If you value the fixtures, go with João Pedro. If you value the minutes, probably go Mateta. Very indecisive on Murillo and Verbergen or Nico and Sanchez. Can you explain your choice? Goalkeepers are probably the lowest upside position within the game. So if there's always going to be a way where I could get a better defender, I would refer to downgrade the goalkeeper. Because if Tosin plays like every game or Gahey gets a move somewhere, then we've got our best 4.5 million available within the game. So yeah, that's kind of where I set on that one. Rice could become a decent option. His DEFCON numbers weren't great from last season though. That's the only thing I would say on Rice is his DEFCON numbers were pretty pants. So yeah, if you are new to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Obviously, we're on the road to like 17.5 now. We smashed 16k out of the park yesterday, so thank you very, very much for your continued support on the channel. Really, really appreciate it. This is obviously going to be the 3rd season we're doing like full-time content, so I really, really appreciate it. I think it's like 4, but we had a gap in the 1st season, so yeah, we're loving every minute of it. We're bringing up the subscriber numbers. Maybe we could hit 20k in like a few weeks. If pre-season goes well, I mean, if the rest of the start of the season goes well, the numbers are there. Maybe today as well we get decent numbers in the stream. It could be a tasty one. Right, let's go and do some digging on Tielemans, because I do want to obviously take a look at what he did last season. Obviously, if you want to go and check out Fantasy Football Hub, there is a link in the description. You can currently go and get your team rated for free by their AI tool. So he scored 121 last season. What about his defensive numbers? It's not defensive, it's defending ones. Defensive contributions. He picked up 18 from defensive contributions. So he would have picked up... That's not bad. C-bit's quite good. Alright, let's put some midfielders in here and kind of have a little bit of a play around. Midfielders, 6 or below, because realistically that's the price we're going to be looking at. So obviously Anderson got 36, but if his minutes drop, he might be a bit crocked. So where was Thingy on here? Tielemans. Tielemans is down here on 18. So there is a big gap. There is a big gap. But in terms of a player who has attacking potential, might have penalties, and could be decent for defensive contributions, I think Tielemans is hitting a lot of boxes, isn't he? Let's look in terms of key stats then. Who was the best for expected goal involvement? Dango, Damsgaard, Tavernier. Tielemans is right up there, like 4th in this list here. The more I look at it, the more I do think like he could be a good option. I do think that is where we're maybe going to end up. I do think that is probably where we're going to end up, you know. I am liking Tielemans as an option. I'm liking it a lot. I'm liking it a lot. Let me know what you guys think of this team. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I'm interested to hear your guys' opinions as well. As always, I like to gather opinions. What other people think. It's always good, isn't it? Always good to gauge other opinions. See where other people's kind of heads are at. If you had to pick one of Wirtz and Bruno, who would you pick? Probably Bruno. I think because if Bruno doesn't quite work out, it's very easy to drop to Wirtz rather than find that extra 0.5. Rodgers and Dewsbury Hall are in Dying Reinders. Ooh. Probably in Dying Reinders, you know. Can you summarise all the injury news? I've not had a chance to take a look at the injury news, so we'll go and take a look at that in a second. I prefer Ruter at 6 million. I think his minutes could just be a bit up and downsy, but yeah, I get your point. Why Tielemans? Not bad for DEFCON. 18 points picked up from that metric last season. In terms of that 6 million bracket, 4th best for expected goal involvement last season. Could be on the penalties as well. So yeah, that's why we're quite hot on Tielemans at the moment. Is this my team? I think pretty much could be, yeah. It could be very close to being the team. Do keep questions coming in, guys. We'll try to answer as many as we possibly can before, obviously, the deadline today. It's going to be a big, juicy, long stream. So do keep the likes coming in. We're closing in on 50 already. So if you are enjoying the content, Make sure you're hitting that like button. Let's see if we can get to 50 likes nice and early doors in this stream. It would be great to do that. Will Reinders be a minute's risk? I think yes. It's Pep. It's always Pep. So yeah. He's taking their place as their main attacker now. I know FPL Fran's been very, very heavy on Ruter, hasn't he? I mean, again, if he's at 6 million, we've got that flexibility to maybe have a look at him. Wirtz and Watkins or Saka and Mateta. I would probably prefer Wirtz and Watkins. That'd be mine. Hey Louis, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're enjoying your holiday. Rodgers or Wirtz? I prefer Wirtz. How much do streamers bait their teams? I mean, this is pretty much close to the team, really. I ain't baiting nobody. This is pretty much going to be it. Have you cracked open the beers yet? I have not. We've got some water, some H2O to keep us going through today's stream. Going no Salah. Interesting. Wirtz plus Dorgu or Gakpo plus Milenkovic. Probably the Wirtz option. Yeah, I probably would prefer Wirtz. I think Wirtz for me would be the better option. Love your content, bro. Keep it going. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. We've obviously got the new green screen, new for this season. Let me know what you think of the setup. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I'm interested to hear your guys' opinion on things. But yeah, chat is moving pretty fast today. Pretty fast. We've already hit 50 likes on today's stream, so thank you very, very much already early doors. I imagine it's going to be a stream where we do just keep whittling through numbers, to be honest. So yeah, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Hope everyone is doing well on this Friday afternoon. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Going to the early bench boost, seem no one else is now. I think with the injuries to like Dubravka and Guiwi, Mark, basically, yeah, it's not going to be worth it. Do I do entry money leagues? I do not, but there is one that I might join called for value tipsters. I don't know if I'm going to... I'm not going to join it, but yeah. What's my mini league code? It's going to fly above my head in a second. But yeah, get yourself in there. Let's try and get as many people into that one as possible. I'm literally going to spend the next 5 hours mulling over a 4.5 million goalkeeper pick. If you have any selections, the coin obviously is here. The coin is here, if you'd like it. It is right here. For people that are new to the channel, you literally get heads or tails. The coin basically helped me achieve the 8K last season. That's it. Simple as that. Murillo or Tarkowski. I think with the Bramthwaite injury, I would prefer to go for Murillo. Yeah, that's probably where I'd sit on that one. Worth going triple Villa attack? I don't personally think so. Yeah, probably not for me. Probably not for me, the triple Villa attack. I don't think it's the one. But yeah, the coin is back for another season. The Holy Coin is back. And someone has already asked for a flip. All right, we can give you a flip. Mateta, tails, heads, Woods, all right? It is tails. There you go, it's tails on that one. Flip the coin for Pedro or Mateta. Heads is going to be Mateta. Tails is going to be João Pedro. It is tails. Back-to-back tails on that one. There we go. Why can't my mates join my FPL team? Is it glitched? Maybe give it a refresh. Like, I know the website has been having problems. My honest advice for you guys would be to lock in your teams early. Don't be waiting until like the last few minutes. There's like 8 million players already. We've seen the website crash once before. Probably get it locked in. If you're like confident, like for example, I'm not going to wait for early team news on Wirtz or Salah because I know they're probably going to be playing. So I just get it locked in and be happy with it. I can't remember, bro. You might have to go back. I can't remember which one. You might have to go back on that one. Do keep your questions coming in. Obviously, if you want to go on the Holy Coin, it is here for any splits, heads or tails. We've got some games for you guys as well. It's a game I used to do in my university podcast that I did with Jake. If you've obviously watched any of the preview streams, you know who Jake is. Yeah, it's a game called Who Am I? You've probably seen it on Twitter. Basically, I'll put up 2 players' Wikipedias, and you just tell me in the chat who both of those players are. They play in the Premier League. The FPL picks for this season, and that's the only rule. All right, they're FPL picks, and that is it. Okay. Solanke, thoughts? I think with him not having a full pre-season, I'm not going to go there for me personally. The best fixture is game week 1, and it's a fixture he might not even see. So yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. How do I lock in my team? There'll be a button that says save. Once you've made all your changes, click save. That's it. Kelleher and Dubravka, or Sanchez and Dubravka. I think Kelleher probably is maybe an avoid in game week 1, with him being a slight doubt. So yeah. Have you changed from Virgil to Tarkowski again? I have. Mainly so that we could get Tielemans in. I know obviously that's the team that I put out this morning, which was pretty much where I was last night. But then seeing all the rumours about Douglas Luiz signing, McAtee signing, like, there's just too many midfielders now at Nottingham Forest. I'm like, yeah, I think Anderson's minutes are looking... Maybe some early substitutions, maybe some benchings, and his whole appeal is he plays 90 minutes. Just get off it then. FPL Punk's in the chat. Make sure you're heading over to FPL Punk's channel. Check his content out as well. Hope you're doing good, my man. Yeah, Richarlison played really well. I think you make a great point there, Jamie, don't you? Obviously, if you want some sort of priority in the chat, because it is going to get a little bit busier throughout today, make sure you're joining the FPL Tom fan pack. It costs 99p. There's exclusive content for members posted pretty much weekly at the moment. So yeah, click the join button, 99p. You get some cool emojis as well. All good stuff. Georgia said Palmer, Reinders, or Saka, Tielemans, or Ruta. Ooh. I probably would still prefer Palmer, Reinders. I think he just offers a good captaincy option, especially if you've got Mohamed Salah. Is Ruta a good punt? I need to go and check this guy's minutes. I really need to go and check his minutes and see what they were like. Coin flip for a bench boost. Yes, we can do a coin flip for a bench boost. Tails is no bench boost. Heads is a bench boost, okay? It's landed on heads. Get that bench boost active, baby. There you go. He thought he was set, but he's just made a no Salah draft. Brilliant. Where's the link to join my league? It should be in the description. If not, someone put the code in, or it will flash above my head in a second. So yeah, that will be the code for that one. But yeah, make sure you're getting yourself in there. We are going to give away a prize for the winner. I've not decided what it will be, but it'll be probably something like a cup or a bit of chocolate or just something. I don't know. We'll have a think about it. Can you flip for Salah captain or Palmer captain? Of course we can. Heads is going to be Salah. Tails is going to be Palmer, alright? Whoa, that was a dangerous flip. Tails it is on that one, my friend. Tails it is. Is Reinders a good pick? I think if you've got okay bench cover in case he does maybe see some rotation, then yeah, I don't mind him. Louis has said DCL to Leeds. Here we go. Wow. What a signing that is, mate. I bet he'll keep you up with his 3 goals this season. Oof. Downgrade Tarkowski and Murillo to get Rodgers in. No, I like the defence. It rotates really nicely with each other, so we're going to stick with it. There's not a lock-in button. There's a button that just says save. That'll be the button you want to go for. Jamie's got the right idea. Poor Leeds. I think I'm pretty much locked. I genuinely think I'm pretty much locked. Who is someone you don't own but wish you did? Got a bit of FOMO. Maybe João Pedro, but I'm still of the opinion, like, with this 4-5-1, that the kind of... his minutes won't suit what I'm trying to do here. So, yeah, it's probably João Pedro is the only one I've maybe got a little bit of FOMO of. Haaland, obviously. Saka a little bit. Maybe Frimpong, if he starts and looks really good. But other than that, I think we're pretty set across the board. Done a no Salah, no Haaland draft, bench boost game week 1. Cody Gakpo captain. Wow. Okay, thank you very much for the donation, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, that's an interesting one. That is an interesting one. That's gonna be that is gonna be a bit spicy, I reckon. I reckon that could be a little bit spicy. DCL to Leeds. That's the first ever 3.0 strike. Yeah. Let me know what price DCL comes in at. Let me know what you think DCL's price is going to come in at. I reckon maybe like 6, potentially. Maybe. I don't know. Louis has said a fit DCL scores 10 goals this season. I disagree. I don't think it happens, you know. I really, really don't think it happens, Louis. I can't see it. Let me know what you think, chat. Does DCL get 10 goals? L or W? W if you think he is. L if not. FPL Caleb has become a channel member. Thank you very much, man. I really, really appreciate that. Like I said, if anybody else wants to become a channel member, you're going to get priority in the chat. It's going to get a little bit busier the closer and closer we get to the deadline, so I would highly recommend it. You get exclusive content, and of course, you become a friend as well of mine. Yeah, George has got the right idea. 10 goals in maybe training, like the one training session he's actually fit for. People are putting L. Semenyo or Ndai. I think maybe Ndai for the first few. See how Bournemouth look. I mean, that's your opinion, isn't it, really? That's your opinion. Like, you're entitled to it. Like, I'm entitled to my opinion. I like my team. I like where it's at. I know the risks heading into this game week 1 is the fact that there is no bench cover. But other than that, I am really just a big fan of it. I've spoke a little bit earlier in the stream about why I don't like the goalkeepers. And why I'm... the strikers, sorry. But yeah, that's kind of where my head is at. Emery's press conference soon. We'll hear about Rodgers. Yeah, that'll be a big one. That one. That will be a big one. You're just too good to be true. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Keep the subscriptions coming in as well. We're closing in on 16.1 already. Today could be a very, very successful stream. Let's say that. So yeah, if you are enjoying it, make sure you're hitting it. Sanchez is gone, mate. We needed to find that extra 0.5 to go get Tielemans. Had to be gone. Tom, heads or tails? For play boring for rank or or fuck it for fun. Heads is okay. Tails is going to be play it boring for rank. All right. It is heads. So there's your season sorted, mate. Southampton to get promoted. I think the Championship's quite open this season. I think maybe Birmingham could sneak it, you know. Birmingham very easily could sneak it. No, don't worry, mate. No one was putting L for you becoming a member of the channel. We all appreciate you. Rodgers and Pedro or Watkins and Anderson. Let's wait and see what news we actually get on Rodgers with that Emery press conference first, before obviously making our mind up on that one. I'm just trying to find like the way that I need to look into the camera and at the chat with the green screen and the camera setup here. Keep Cucurella, who sometimes attacks, or add Frimpong or Aït-Nouri that relentlessly attack. I think Cucurella's got the fixtures, hasn't he? Frimpong might be a little bit of a doubt. Maybe if Bradley's like back next week, maybe there's going to be a little bit of rotation. I don't know. The Soggy Biscuit Boys making all the noise. Yeah, if you are new to the channel, our members pack is called like the Soggy Biscuit Club. I don't know why. What are you thinking about Tarkowski risk? A little bit. I am a little bit worried now. Branthwaite is out, right? Did he say that Branthwaite was out? I haven't seen what... or has Moyes had his press conference? Has Moyes had his press conference yet? Jared Branthwaite. Let me know if Thingy's already had his press conference. Thoughts on Mateus Nunes? Yeah, don't go for it. I think we're pretty much locked. I'm pretty happy with this as a side. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this as a side. I was there and I still don't remember why it's called that. Yeah. Yeah, it was just a weird time, wasn't it, really? We'll have a scout round on Twitter in a second. See what... Thank you, Mr. Bike, for going past really loud. I really appreciate that. Lots of you are already sending your team, so good stuff to see. Have we had anything for team news yet? I don't think so. Let's have a look. Has anything been posted? Dominic Calvert-Lewin will be a Leeds player this afternoon, according to Daniel Farker. Bogle will be a late call. Okay, that's what we've got on Leeds news. Obviously, these are the ones from earlier. Alexander Isak won't be considered for selection. Joe Willock is confirmed out. Levi Colwell is obviously sidelined. Wesley Fofana could be back. Fabian Hertzler says that Adam Wesber and Solly March are his only absentees. Destin Udogie is close to a return from injury, but won't recover in time to face Burnley. Other than that, no other new concerns. That's all we've got for right now. That is all we've got for right now. What made you change Virgil and Anderson? It was more around the fact of Anderson maybe being a doubt for like minutes longer term. Like, because if he's my 5.5, I just want to keep him. Like, I genuinely do just want to keep him. But I think with, of course, me personally, like, I need to have 11 players that are just going to play very consistent with this 4-5-1. And Anderson, if there's any sort of doubt, I've just got to remove him. So yeah, that's where we're at with that one. Wirtz, Porro, Williams, and Juve, or Rogers, Porro, Tarkowski, Morello. I probably prefer the first one. Yeah, probably prefer the first one. Mateta or Bowen or João Pedro. I think I would probably prefer Mateta out of everybody there. He would be my top pick there. I think the thing is though, I think Wirtz stays in that team longer term. I can't say the same for Gakpo. And I don't know if that's going to be the case for Gakpo longer term. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that one, and that's my thoughts on that one. It looks like we might have hit 16.1 already. Wow, okay. But yeah, keep those likes coming in as well. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes as well. That'd be great. Early doors, 100 likes. I'm happy with that. 100 likes in under an hour. Very, very good afternoon. Very good afternoon. Someone said congrats on 16k. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Someone's asking about why I've got no City players. It is Pep Roulette. It is Pep Roulette. I don't fancy playing it. It is pretty much just Pep Roulette. Thiago looks nailed right for this week. Longer term, they're probably going to go and buy a striker. If they lose Visser, they're going to go and buy a striker. If they keep Visser, then yeah. Branthwaite confirmed out. Jeez. How long for? Have they said like how long for? That doesn't fill me with confidence. That really doesn't fill me with confidence. Yeah, we'll do team ratings in a little bit. Probably maybe like 2:30, 3 o'clock. We'll do some team ratings. Up to 80 likes now though, guys. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate that. Let's see if we can smash it to 100. That would be great to see. 100 likes in here before the first hour. I think we're on for a good stream. Won't comment on how long for. Oh no. That doesn't fill me with confidence. Yeah, he is probably their best defender, so that does worry me. That does worry me. It is indeed, Dan. It is almost time for fantasy football and football to return. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Really, really looking forward to it. Do keep the likes coming in, guys. You're absolutely smashing it, by the way. We're really, really close to 100 likes already, which is great. Which is amazing to see. Maybe today we might get like our first ever like 400. I don't think we've ever had a 400 like stream. So if we can get 400 likes on one stream, that could be tasty. I think I'm still probably going to stick with Tarkowski, but it does concern me. It does concern me a little bit. Favourite championship team? Maybe I don't really have any. So maybe like, I don't know. Who do I like? Maybe like Bristol City for Tom. Golden goal. I mean, yeah, I don't really like anybody in the championship. Ariel Lavender has become a channel member. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you for signing up. Appreciate that, bro. Louis thinking about Bruno. Bruno is going to be a good pick. He is genuinely going to be a really good pick this year. If he can hit like DEFCON penalties, yeah. Michael Keane Hall incoming. You never know. You never know. When are the team reviews? We will do the team reviews at 2:30, okay, guys? 2:30 is where we'll do our first batch of team reviews. So get them sent in to my Twitter. Let's head to the Twitter. We have got loads already sent in, by the way, guys. Absolutely loads. This tweet right here, get them all sent in and we'll get reviewing them, okay? That's the tweet. Get them sent in on that one. And, yeah, we'll start reviewing them. 2:30 we'll do those. 2:30, all right? We're up to 91 likes as well, by the way, guys. So closing in on that 100 within the first hour. Keep them coming in. Yeah, lots of new members already coming into the chat. Obviously, the channel has got a lot bigger over the course of the off-season and is going to get bigger over the course of the beginning of the season as well. So I do just want to say to everyone, thank you very much for your support on the channel. It is really, really appreciated. Of course, if you do enjoy any of the content that you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Let's see if we can try and maybe get like 20k before like the second international break, something like that, or by the end of the year. At least by the end of the year, that would be amazing to see, like 20k on the channel. I never ever thought it'd get this big. So yeah, just getting to 20k would be sick. A Turkey in a Bush is in the chat as well. Hope you're doing good, man. He says, favourite £5 million midfielder? Probably Dewsbury Hall, right? If his minutes are there, he could be a good option at 5. I'll make sure you like Coventry. I've actually been to Coventry Stadium. I've ticked that one off. I went with Mansfield and we won. Alex McDonald, like, screamer back in like 2017, 2016, something like that. What is my top 4 for this season? Liverpool win the league. Arsenal in second, Chelsea in third, City in fourth. That's my top 4 for this season. Fair enough, Chris. I mean, I've not thought about it in that way. Yeah, maybe Grealish could win a lot of free kicks. I don't think he starts instantly. I think maybe he's kind of put into the side. Who's going to be relegated? I think all the teams that have just come up probably are going to go straight back down. Maybe Wolves or I hate to say it, maybe Wolves or Brentford are the only ones that I could see realistically getting like dragged into it. That's about it. Yep, it auto locks if you click the save button. It does it. Pirro will play the first 3 games. Yeah, I think Pirro's probably going to play a good set of games. DCL's not had a pre-season, has he? So he's not going to come in fit, match fit anyway. And then realistically, he's probably going to pick up an injury anyway. So you might as well just go with Pirro. 94 likes on today's stream, by the way, guys. Six people just need to like the stream. 100 in the first hour is absolutely sensational stuff from you guys. The support is absolutely cracking. Looking at captaincy, Salah is absolutely smashing it out of the park, so we might have to get another poll going for that one. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to get another poll going. Who do you see United finishing if we sign Baleba? I don't think you'll get Baleba. Brighton seem very confident that you're not getting him, so there must be something up their sleeve. But I think United can't realistically get any worse, can they? So they can't get any worse. They're only going to get better. If they get worse, they're going to get relegated. So they've got to get better. So I reckon maybe like 8th. I want to say 8th for United. And I think that's a realistic aim. Maybe if like Villa have a bad season, Bournemouth aren't quite there, Spurs don't improve as much as we think, maybe it could be higher. Newcastle maybe drop off. Like, that's what they've got to hope for, really, to probably push top 6, in my opinion. Fulham, yeah. I was thinking about this the other day. Fulham have signed, like, nobody. Like, genuinely nobody. They've not improved their side. Like, can you think of a player Fulham have signed? I genuinely can't. Yeah. Do a 5.5 million midfielder poll. Great shout, George. We are going to whack that in the chat. Let me end this poll. Thank you very much for everybody's votes on that one. Best 5.5 mil mid. Who is the best? Who are the best? What's Fantasy Football Hub saying? By the way, if you want to go and check out Fantasy Football Hub and are wondering why my my website looks a little bit different, I really hate the UI that FPL have got this season, so we're using the Fantasy Football Hub one because it just looks a lot more cleaner. Right, here's the ones that Fantasy Football Hub have got. So they've got Wilson, Dewsbury Hall, Brooks, Tavernier, Reinders. Anderson has really dropped off on this model. But yeah, we'll put him in here. So Anderson. We'll put Kieran, Dewsbury Hall. We'll put Reinders. Is it E-R? I don't know how you spell his name. E-R-S. Reinders. And then the final one will be... I mean, there's a good couple other ones, isn't there, here? I'm going to put other, and you comment who the other one's going to be. Alright, there we go. Poll going around in the chat, guys. Get your votes in for that one. It is going to be who are the best £5.5 million midfielders within the game. Let me know. Get your votes in for that one. Obviously, Wilson, maybe. Could be one for the other ones. Had a pretty decent pre-season. Anderson's in there. Kieran, Dewsbury Hall, Reinders. Let me know in the comments section. Reinders currently battering the votes out early doors. So yeah, we'll have a little bit of a look at that one. Wan-Bissaka or Walker-Peters for right back? Probably Wan-Bissaka, mate. I mean, the thing with Dewsbury Hall is, does he start the first game? Didn't play a lot of football last year. Does he just go straight in? Does he go straight in? People are saying Marlon, maybe. John Aries, maybe. Papa Sarr, potentially. Good shout there from Ariel as well. Some decent shouts coming in here, guys. I rate that. We have just hit the hour mark. And I would like to say, we've just hit 100 likes as well. So thank you very, very much for your continued support on this channel. It is absolutely immense. Love every single one of you. Let's just keep smashing it. Like I said, I don't think we've ever had a 400 liked stream. I don't think we've ever had a 500 liked stream. Maybe today is going to be the one where we hit that milestone. Maybe. Ramsdale or Pope? I mean, I wouldn't even touch a Newcastle goalkeeper. There's so many better goalkeepers. Get yourself away from it. Extra 0.5 for Rutter, worth it. Yeah, Rutter at 6 could be maybe worth it. Tielemans, who's the pick that I'm probably going to go for as well. Watching from Zimbabwe, laughing my arse off. Would you ever have thought that this channel would reach this point? No. I literally was reflecting on it earlier on Twitter. I was like looking, and I was like looking back at the first ever deadline stream, and I remember the feeling I had with that one. I was so honestly so nervous going live. And you can still go back and look at it on the channel. It's still up on the channel. If you go to like live, it's one of the first lives I ever did. It was the first live I ever did on my own. And I'm just like, yeah, and this is the player. Now I'm like, you know, fully confident. I can speak to you guys. I can have a joke. I can read the chat. I can dance. Like I dance. Like there's 230 people in here. I'd never thought I'd stream to 230 people. Genuinely, I never ever thought I did. So, yeah, I'm really, really appreciative of everybody that is in this chat, because you're all legends anyway. Ruter, I mean, we need to go and look at Ruter's minutes, because Jamie earlier in the chat said his minutes were quite good. So I'm just going to quickly bring up FOTMob and see what he played at the back end of last season. Premier League, where's Brighton? Where is Ruter? Jorginho Ruter. 19 starts. Yeah, that worries me a little bit. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. So, here's the back end of the Premier League before he got injured. 75, 75, 75, 80, 79, 73... 90, 45, 21, 27. Like, it's just a bit iffy for me. It is just a bit iffy. I'm probably not going to go for it. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go for it. Watching from South Africa and love your content. Here's an idea for a prize, a relegated team's goalkeeper jersey. I'm not made of money. Come on. Marlon or McGinn? I mean, McGinn might be off to Newcastle, so maybe Marlon might be the more sensible pick on that one. He did have a bad injury at the end of last year. Yeah. I think Louis makes a great point as well. He was unbelievable for Leeds, but injury-free. Never injury-free. So, yeah, that's probably where my head would lie at. And especially with our 4-5-1, I need to be looking at players that I think are just locks. And I don't really see Jorginho Rutter being like a player that I'm like, I want to be in a position with this team where I can sit on my hands and go 5 game weeks time, not have to make a transfer. So, yeah. And I don't think Jorginho Rutter offers me that, personally anyway. That's just where I sit on things. Right, guys, let's mix it up a little bit. Let's come away from the FPL talk for one quick second. Let's play a little game. All right, we're going to play a little game. It's a new one that I'm going to bring forward for the stream for this season. It is called Who Am I? It is simply 2 players' Wikipedias. All I need you to do is tell me who these 2 players are. They both play in the Premier League. All I need to know is who are these 2 players. Let me know in the chat. I'd be very surprised if people get the second one. I think that's a little bit more harder. The first one I think people should be able to get. The second one, maybe a little bit more difficult. But yeah, let me know in the chat who are these 2 players. That is what I want from you guys today. Let me know in the chat who are these 2 players. Which one is which? Jamie's a smart cookie. He might have one of them. Hasn't spelt it correctly though. Okay, we're getting some answers in here. Okay. Alright. Okay, looks like we're getting a lot of right answers in here. I thought the bottom one was going to be a little bit hard, but no. Apparently, people got that one instantly. How much is Neto? I think he's 7. Right? Yeah, well done, people, for getting that one right. We'll definitely bring that forward into the new season, probably with some harder ones than this. But yeah, thank you very much for everybody taking part in that one. That was a good one. Well done. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Let's get back to rating some teams then. And helping you guys out with any decisions you might have. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. Let's head over to Twitter. Let's see if there's been any team news or anything. Like I said, team ratings will be in a little bit. I saw the Nuno quote saying they're not quite ready. I don't know if anybody else has seen that one. This is a concern heading into weekend. We are very, very, very far away from where we should be. We are very far away in terms of preparation, in terms of the planning, in terms of the squad. So we're all very worried. That doesn't fill you with, like, confidence, does it, heading into game week 1? If that's kind of their position on their squad, that they're very worried about it. Like, that doesn't fill me with confidence, to be honest. So, yeah. Little bit dicey. Little bit dicey if that's kind of their feelings and their thoughts on that one. Thoughts on Hartman over Estev for the cheap 4 million. I've seen him getting a bit of love on Twitter, but I still probably would prefer to go for Estev. He would still be my pick. Triple Forest incoming. Yeah, I mean, this is probably another reason we shift off Anderson if they're saying they're not quite right. Rogers injured. Oh. Oh. That's big. Morgan Rogers injured. Oof. That ain't good. Ross, thank you very much for the donation, man. He says Sanchez plus Anderson plus Folkrick to Verbergen, Tossen, Strand Larsen. I still think I probably would prefer Sanchez, Anderson, Fulkrug in my opinion. I genuinely do. And if you really want to go and get Strand Larsen, maybe just downgrade Sanchez to Verbergen. Maybe that's the move. Someone just put the Rogers news in the chat. I don't know if he's right. We'll go and have a look. We'll go and have a look. See if there's out on Twitter. Mikel Arteta. We've got confirmed that Leandro Trossard is expected to be available for the trip to Manchester United. Jesus remains out. Yeah, looks like it is going to be bad news for Jared Bramthwaite. Crystal Palace, Mark Gahey and Abriche Eze have trained the whole week and are both expected to start. So if you are thinking about going for Gahey or Eze, both are fit and available. Martinez and Mazwari are the only absentees from game week 1 for Manchester United. Onana and Xerxes return to training. There we go. That's all we've got so far. Nothing on the Rodgers front though. Nothing on the Rodgers front. We need another pre-game game week 1 dance. We've got to hit some big milestones to get another dance out of me. Yeah, we've got to hit like a really big big milestone. If we hit either maybe like 500 likes, it's a big ask, but like I do think the views will go up over the next few hours. The closer and closer we get to like the deadline and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at it. What's the lineup predictions? We can go through them. Well, we'll take a look at them in a second. Would you go Porro over Tarkowski now that Bramthwaite is injured? Yes. Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, people have been asking me about Jorginho Rutter. 100k dance will probably get Tom banned. Yeah, the 100k, when we hit 100k, my goodness gracious me, is going to be yeah. It's probably gonna be a wild dance. Long way off it though. Long way to go. A lot of hard work's got to go in to get to that point. Potts or King? Probably King. Neither pick fills me with excitement. I would rather just have 2 dud forwards than a dud midfielder. I think there's more upside in the midfielders. Rodgers and Dewsbury Hall, or Reinders and Sarr? Rodgers and probably Dewsbury Hall for me. Helicopter live on cam. Oh dear, dear, dear. Yeah, the FPL. I've really missed FPL. I genuinely have missed it. I've missed chatting to you guys as well. Like, it's one of my favourite things to do. It genuinely is. It's just sit here, chat to you guys, chat about where my team's at. It's great. It is great. I'm actually gonna quickly go and make the changes that we've spoke about. So let's head over to the transfers. I don't know if this looks okay for you guys. Yeah, it does. So yeah, I'm gonna make the transfers. We're going to take out Anderson, and we're going to take out Sanchez, and we're going to put in Verbergen, and we're going to put in Tielemans. What's his ownership? 2.3%. Get up. Make transfers. Confirm. Bosh. So yeah, that is now where we're at for the team. That's how we're looking heading into game week 1. And I like it. I think we look good. I think we look in a really good position. Should I have Virgil? I don't mind Virgil. He's really, really fancied by a lot of the models. So yeah, why not? Best 6.5 million other than Sarr, probably Ndai for me. I still think he's a decent option at that. Danzo at 6.5, 4.5, sorry. I'd prefer to go for Van der Ven. I think Van der Ven is definitely locked in. Why Tielemans, please? His DEFCON numbers weren't bad. 18 DEFCONs last season. Underlying data, definitely there. Could be the penalty taker for Aston Villa. Minutes-wise, very secure. And the Villa fixtures are great. So yeah, that's where we sit on Tielemans as a potential option. Reinders, I think with me playing this 4-5-1, I need to go for players that are just locked. Like minutes, just beasts. And I think everybody here that we have within this lineup is a minutes beast. So yeah. When am I doing team ratings? Team ratings will be at 2:30. Saw at 5 could be a decent option. Could be a decent option, but I really don't want to be wasting my transfers on these like £5 or £6 million mids. Ideally, I want to use my transfers to get on players that are like, okay, I've not got him, or maybe I've gone wrong with the 4-5-1 and I need to bring in some forwards. So yeah. There's a lack of John Philippe Mateta so he can sing his chant after he scores. Yep, boom, 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 I want you in my room. Would be a great one to sing, but hey ho, this is where we're at. Tavernier, great value at 5.5. Again, just a minutes risk. The minutes risk with Bournemouth having quite a lot of players. I know Dango's maybe on his way out, and Kleiber is injured for the start of the season, so maybe he starts, but again, meh. I mean, the team without Salah definitely looks a lot better when you put it like that. And if you feel confident then that they're going to outperform Mohamed Salah, then go for it. It is just that captaincy that would scare me, especially at the start of the game. Like, because I think this is the thing for me. I think I'm going to have Salah, play it safe with Salah, and then if Salah doesn't work after 5 game weeks, I can pretty much just go for it. Go wherever I want then. Yep, that's the main reason we've dropped Sanchez, to put Verbergen in and to get Tielemans. That's it. Why is everyone ignoring Wood? Forest pre-season goals just drying up. Chris Wood's drying up at the end as well. And you've probably got to look at, I would personally say, his underlying data last year, which wasn't good enough, was it? So yeah, that's the reasons that I don't like Chris Wood. If minutes risk, then just go Xhaka. Yep, Xhaka could be one. But like Tielemans could be on penalties. Like if we get a penalty taker that can pick up DEFCON and is at 6 million with good fixtures, I don't mind that. Because then we could literally have Tielemans pen taker, Palmer pen taker, Bruno pen taker, Salah pen taker. Gives us 4 pen takers right there. Straight off the bat. I don't mind that. Is it a must to have Tottenham defenders? I don't think it's a must, but I really like Pedro Porro. I prefer Ped Porro over going for one of the 4.5s. The main reason is because we saw it in the Super Cup. Spurs are going to play for set pieces. Who's taking set pieces, at least for the first few weeks? Maybe if they sign Eze, things change. But at the start of the season, who's going to be taking those set pieces? It's going to be Pedro Porro. So yeah. Jamie's hit the nail on the head as well. Wood massively fell off towards the end of last season. Regressed back to his mean. He massively overperformed at the start of the year. Big overperformance. Is he going to be able to achieve that again? I personally don't think so. And a lot of people are also within that same camp. So yeah. Isn't Mark Gui a risk? He is. But like I've said, I'm not a big fan of the forwards. And he is probably just going to be one of those players that, yeah, you just leave for the season. Really like Ruta. I mean, if you like Ruta, then go for it at 6 mil. Go for it at 6 mil. He could be playing up front, and he could be a bit of a cheat code. I know Fran's a big fan of him, and usually Fran is very, very good with these differential picks, so yeah. Why not Ndai? I mean, we could maybe drop Tarkowski to Lacroix, but I think there's a plan where I could get Munoz in a few weeks' time for either Tarkowski or Pedro Porro anyway. Wirtz plus a 7 mil striker or Watkins and Rodgers. I would probably maybe look at the Wirtz and 7.5. I think that might be a better route. Best City defender, 8 Nuri or Gvardiol. I mean, Gvardiol didn't play in their last game, so maybe 8 Nuri. Comments around him maybe playing in number 10 as well. So, yeah. Team reviews will be done at 2:30, guys. 2:30 for the team reviews, alright? 2:30. Do keep the questions coming in. Who are your favourite other FPL YouTubers? Well, there's my good friend Golden Goal, who's also live right now if you want to go and check him out. Me and Tom have pretty much come up like at the same time. Roughly found each other's channel around like 1k, both at 1k. And now we're in a position where we're both like 16k. So yeah, me and Tom definitely got a lot of respect for Golden Goal. I really like the FPL Wire. It's something that I got into a lot at the end of last season and obviously into this season. The above average FPL as well. I'm doing like a little bit more driving at the moment, so I'm liking the longer form content. Always been a big fan of obviously Raptor, Focal, Harry. Those guys are pretty much like always go-tos. But yeah, there's some of the other ones that I like. There's plenty of great content creators. Best 4 million defenders, probably Esteve or Goodmanson are the standouts for me personally. What's the best option? Porro and Nico Williams or Murillo and Nico Williams? Probably the Porro one. Kudus or Ndai, I can't decide. I think Ndai is a little bit more secure for me. Do you think João Pedro is worth it, or would you rather have someone else, same or lower price? I spoke about João Pedro, and for me personally, I don't like picking minutes risk players at the start of the season, and he massively represents that. Now, he could go and absolutely smash it out of the park. The fixtures are there for it. But we saw Palace aren't a bad side. They just beat, technically, Liverpool and gave him a right good run for their money. Palace won't be a walk in the park for Chelsea. It won't be. It really, really won't be. So, if João Pedro blanks twice in a row, comes off around 60 to 70, that price is going to fall off a cliff. It really, really is. So yeah, I would not like to go anywhere near that. For me, anyway. I get what you mean about Mark's price dropping, but if I'm just going to leave him there for the whole of pretty much up until a wildcard in 13, what's the point? People asking about Watkins' fixture. Am I worried? No, because this is the Watkins. Can you guys see that? Sort of. So it's Newcastle, Brentford, Palace, Everton, Sunderland, Fulham, Burnley as the opening 7. Game week 8 is probably if Goalkeeper looks good, where I would make that switch. And because he's 9 million, and all the better forwards are realistically below him, because I don't think Isak's going to be available probably till the close of the window, then if anybody else goes off around, like down, that I've got to move to, I can just be like, yeah, we can go down from Watkins. So yeah. Thoughts on Igor Jesus? I probably just wouldn't go near it. I just probably wouldn't go near it. That'd be my opinion. Start Reinders or Goalkeeper? I think you've got to go Goalkeeper, right? I prefer Rodgers if he's fit and available. Have we had an update on the Rodgers team news yet? Someone let me know if we've had an update on it. Marland is surely the best 5.5. I mean, his minutes could be dicey. Especially if they get Asensio back, could be dicey. They've obviously got that new winger as well. Gussond? Something like that. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Do you think you'll get 100 points this season? I think with the more chips at our disposal, yes. I think everyone should be getting 100 points at least once this season. Would you pick Grealish? Nope, would not pick Grealish. I'll do my predictions in a little bit, mate. Obviously, I'm not going to be live like all the way up until the deadline, so I'll do them afterwards. If you were going with a Haaland draft, who would you most likely go without Salah or Palmer? Probably Salah. I think you can only realistically have one of Salah or Haaland. I just don't think the team functions well if you've got both Salah and Haaland. Like, if you're paying in my eyes, if I'm paying the big bucks, I need that player to be my captain every single week. And if I'm not captaining them, then it's a waste of the money. That's how I look at things. Could be an option. Maybe could be an option. I think maybe Belieber at 5's better though, isn't he, from Brighton for that? Are we just begging for a Tielemans assist from a set piece? I mean, you've also got penalties. Could be the penalty taker. Defcon. Picked up 18 from Defcon last season. So yeah. Gakpo or Rodgers? I think if Rodgers is a doubt, I'd go Gakpo. I probably would go Bruno, like you said. Pens is edging it. Andy's, because he's a little bit more expensive. If it doesn't quite work out, it's very easy to drop down to Wirtz. So yeah. Jess is in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Another one of our channel members, of course. If you do want to become a channel member, make sure you're hitting that join button down below. Make sure you're hitting subscribe as well. We're on that road to 17k now. I think Wirtz is on the corners. Salah will definitely stay on the pens. How about Jared Bowen? I think once you get past West Ham's opening fixture, they're just not as good. Yeah, they're just not as good. Let me see if I can bring them up for you. I might need to switch screens. Hang on. Let me switch screens. Come on. Yeah, we're going to need to switch screens. This is the problem with the new layout that FPL have given us. It is pants. Absolutely pants. So these are Bowen's fixtures, right? Sunderland, great fixture. Chelsea, Forest, if they're like anything like they were last season for defensive, obviously numbers. Spurs will be a better defence. We saw that already. Palace, God knows. Everton's a decent fixture. Then Arsenal. Like, I just don't see like a great deal of goals here for West Ham. I really, really don't. Chelsea were third for XG conceded last season. Forest were good at the first part of the year. They've been great in pre-season. Spurs will improve defensively. Palace have always been a great defence for XG conceded for like probably 3 or 4 seasons now. Everton as well also fit within that bracket. So I don't see many goals here for Bowen. I really, really don't. That's kind of where I'm at with Bowen as a pick. I mean, the problem with Danso is, yes, he took the long throws, could be a differential. But if you look at Thomas Frank's history as the Brentford manager, all he ever did was play a back 5 when he played against a stronger opponent. So, yeah. Rodgers fully confirmed fit for game week 1. Rodgers news is in. He is fit. Great stuff. People are looking at Rodgers. All right. Rodgers might be an option then, people. Could be an option for you and your teams. Someone said Gvardiol is out. Any truth in that? Any truth in that? Or just hearsay? Do you think Van de Ven score on the same level as Porro? No, not if Porro is taking free kicks and corners. So yeah. Why no Palmer to Saka for game week 2 captaincy? I could captain Palmer in game week 2. I could captain Palmer in game week 3. That is why I want to keep him. 8 Nuri and Dewsbury or Tarkowski and Anderson. That's a toughie. That is a toughie. I would probably prefer a different 6 million if you're going to get Dewsbury, like a Verge. And if you're going to get a 5.5, I would probably prefer Reinders ahead of Anderson right now. So yeah, that's where I sit on that one. Am I bench boosting this week? Definitely not. Definitely not. Collins could be a differential. Yeah, Collins definitely could be one to maybe monitor for DEFCON, see how he does. People are saying Gvardiol is out. So we lose one of the 6 millions for City. Does that make him a weaker defence come game week 1? Maybe if you've got Strand Larson, play him. Could be an option to maybe think about. People asking about why I've got Tielemans ahead of Anderson. Tielemans, I'm a little bit concerned with Forest. And I'm a little bit concerned with the comments number 1 Nuno has made, saying they're not quite ready. And then number 2, I'm also concerned by the midfielders that they're buying. McAtee, Douglas Luiz. Are these guys going to start eating to Anderson's minutes? Probably. So I'm now sat there going, let's just go and get a steady Eddie that's going to play a lot of minutes. And that is Tielemans. Could be on penalties. 18 points from DEFCON last season as well. So not even bad in that regard. And can get attacking returns. 10 last season. So not a bad shout. People are saying as well he might be on some free kicks and corners as well. So yeah. Watkins or Gokeres for the coin? Yeah, we can ask the coin. Heads is going to be Watkins. Tails is going to be Gokeres, alright? Tails it is. I think that was Gokeres. What about Juve? I don't mind Juve as a 4.5. Could be decent as long as you've got other rotating options. Is Cherky a shout? Yeah, definitely. I think he could be a decent shout at 6.5. I think I'll probably avoid him for the start. I like to pick players that are secure in minutes, which is definitely what we've got with this team. Then I probably would maybe look to tweak around and stuff. Keane is nailed for the first 2 game weeks for Everton. Maybe not. I was reading a report yesterday from some Everton fans that they might switch Garner to right back and put O'Brien as the other centre back. So yeah. What is the minimum you would spend on defence? I think you can definitely spend a lot more on defence this year with DEFCON. I think it's going to make a massive impact to the game. How about João Pedro? Yeah, just not a good option for me. I'm not really feeling João Pedro as an option. I think 2 blanks and 2 60-minute substitutions, the guy's price craters off a cliff. I just want to be picking players that I know are going to play really, really good minutes. And I don't think João Pedro quite offers that one. 1 injury in your team is done. I mean, you could say that about most people's teams. Like, realistically, what else could I do? Maybe drop Tarkowski down and like get a 5.5. Then I'd be playing a 5.5 every week. If we get injuries, we get injuries. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of them. Think we are sleeping on Xhaka. Probs on all set pieces plus pens. I doubt he's on pens, but hey ho, let's wait and see. Like I said, guys, we're going to do team ratings at 2:30, so make sure you're getting those sent in to me, locked and loaded. And yeah, we'll be doing those at 2 o'clock. Is Frimpong risky or a good shout? I reckon a little bit risky. If we got confirmation Bradley was like 100% out, then yeah, I probably maybe would have looked at it. But I think now I'm a little bit hesitant. Do keep the likes coming in, guys. Keep the subs coming in as well. Closing in on 16.2k subs, which is absolutely incredible. So yeah, really appreciate that. Also closing in on 150 likes. So if you're in here and haven't already liked the stream, then yeah, go for it. Thoughts on Marlon at Villa? I think there's probably just a little bit too much competition, especially if they get Asensio as well. I wouldn't go near it. Rodgers fit for the start of the season as well. Probably puts me off. Hey, Mateus Nunes' stock is rising quite fast, George. You are right in that regard, mate. I've got Nico Williams in defence. I don't know if that's a shout or not. He could be decent, but again, if they buy another left back, I would be a little bit concerned. Tielemans, Anadingra, or Anderson and Ruter. Should I move for the 6? I think the 6 million bracket has maybe been overlooked. I really, really do. Looking at it today, you've got Ruter, Tielemans, Paqueta, if he's like a good asset this season. Like now the betting stuff's all been cleared. If he's playing regular minutes on penalties, he could be a nice option at 6. Like there's some decent options at that 6. There really is. Would I double up on the Forest defence? Not for me personally. I think 1 will suffice. Where do I send my teams? If you want to send your teams to my Twitter, which is at FPLTom_, go to the tweet that is literally advertising today's deadline stream. Go there, send them in. We'll try and get through as many as we possibly can at 2:30. If I don't get round to everybody's team, I do apologise, but make sure you're heading over to Fantasy Football Hub. You can get your team rated for free by their AI tool. I would highly recommend it. There is a link in the description if you want to go and check that out. Hey Tom, do you go Reinders or Ndai? I probably, if I've got the money, I'd stretch to Ndai. The best 4.5s only for the first 2 game weeks. I think Anderson could be a decent shout. Probably maybe... Ooh, for the first 2's a little bit difficult. Who has got decent fixtures over the opening 2? For 4.5 as well. Maybe Konza. Villa have Newcastle and Brentford. Brentford maybe, like a Coyote. Nottingham Forest, Villa, Brighton, De Cooper, Fulham and Everton could be a decent shout. Tosin, if you think he's going to play the first 2. Palace and West Ham. Michael Keane, if you think he could play. Or O'Brien, Leeds and Brighton. And then we're struggling really. Maybe look at a Sunderland defender. But yeah, after that you're probably struggling for the first 2 game weeks. What are you using to monitor price changes? I have no idea. Because last season, someone figured it out. And then they didn't like that. And they changed how price kind of fluctuated all over the shop. So, yeah. It's one of those. Is Evan Nielsen a good pick? I actually like Evan Nielsen. I don't think he's a bad pick. He's just at that awkward 7. Like, if he was at 6.5, I think he'd be in a lot more people's teams. Gavardi out for the Wolves game. Yeah, I saw that one. O'Brien is 5. Apologies. Yeah, I saw about Gavardi out. Bit of a shame. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Keep the subs coming in as well. Over 350 people in today's stream, by the way. Let's see if we can get to 150 likes. Let's absolutely smash it out the park. So do keep those likes coming in. It pushes it out to more people. And that is exactly what we want to see with today's deadline stream. Do 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 boom 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 boom. No one is talking about Sesko. Almiron literally came out and said, yeah, he's fit, but he's probably not going to play in game week 1. So I wouldn't go near him. Konza is terrible on DEFCON, yeah, he is. Matteson watch, he could end up playing the attack in 4.5. They still got Digne though, right? They've still got Digne. That would be my concern on that one. Ridiculously close to 150 likes now, by the way, guys. Keep them coming in. Keep them chugging along. I can't go without Bowen. Fair enough. I just personally don't think the fixtures are there after the Sunderland game. They're coming up against some great defences. So for me personally, I'm not seeing it. Adingra or Anderson short term. Anderson's more a long term pick for DEFCON, isn't he? So Adingra would be your short term pick. Could become an option later down the line, just not instantly. Not instantly. Will Johnson start? I think Kudus probably gets the nod, doesn't he? We've hit the 150 likes, so thank you very, very much. Let's keep the likes coming in. We're setting an ambitious goal today. I don't think I've ever had a stream over 400 likes. I don't think. Let me have a check. I don't think we've ever had a stream hit 400 likes. If we could get a stream today that hits 400 likes, that would be pretty insane. Let me get to my analytics on my laptop. Keep answering your guys' questions. Nonto and Nico Williams or Belabra and Milenkovic? Belabra and Milenkovic. Fair. I just don't think you want to be like wasting transfers on like dud players. There's no point. Like, use your transfers, especially early doors, to get the best players. You know what I mean? Is there a way I can see likes? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I think the most ever likes we got on a stream was maybe 357. That's the highest I'm seeing here, right? 357. So that's the goal today. Beat 357 likes. It's a big ask. It's a tall order. But I think we can do it. I think we can do it. What do I think about Ruter? Not bad. Is Muniz going to start? Looks like he could be leaving the club, so I wouldn't go near him. Goalkeeper not a bad shout. Nope, don't mind him at 4.5. Rogers and Reinders, or Tielemans and Reinders. Probably Rogers and Reinders for me. Chris Wood or Mateta? Probably Mateta. I know the fixtures are there for Forest, but I think he massively overperformed on his underlying data. Best two 4.5s. I mean, one of them's in my squad, Anderson. Then I think you've maybe got like Van de Ven if you can't get to Porro. You've got Juve, who could be a decent option. Agabu, who no one's really talking about from Wolves. If you can find decent rotations, why not? Is Gakpo too risky a pick? I don't think so. Chewy FPL, by the way, has been posting some great stuff over on Twitter. But, yeah, I think Gakpo's fine. Yeah, we're cooking up now, Louis. We're cooking up now. We're getting into the meat and gravy. The views are racking in. We're loving our little lives here. All right? And if you are enjoying today's stream, guys, make sure you are you're hitting that like button, hitting the subscribe button. Good. Do. That is the reason I would also want him in the side. Like, imagine he scores and you're sending a voice note into the group chat singing that. There you go. There's a reason to have him as your 4.5. We're going to do team reviews in a second. So do get them in. We'll try and get through as many as we possibly can, guys. My team locked in or still thinking about changing? Maybe we have a look at Tarkowski, but I think, to be honest, mate, I'm pretty set. I am pretty set. No worries, man. I've been seeing you pop up on the timeline. I've been meaning to give you a follow every time I see it, and then I get distracted. So I'll drop you a follow. I'll drop you a follow, man. But I have been seeing the good work you've been doing over on Twitter. So yeah, everybody go and check out Chewy FPL. Sounds like Mark Goldbridge. Luke managed to get himself a 99% AI team. Very, very nice. Love that, man. Fulkrug and Wirtz or João Pedro and Sarr? Fulkrug and Wirtz. I think if you're planning on just keeping the player, probably Gui. If you don't want to lose any value, maybe Kruping Jr. Doak going to Bournemouth could definitely be interesting. Might start with Anderson still, and if he becomes an issue, could move to Doak. Fair enough. I just personally don't want to waste any of my transfers on 5 million players. That's for me anyway, my opinion. Thoughts on Gibbs White? Probably not an option straight away. King from Fulham could be a good pick. It's 4.5. He definitely could if you're looking for that area to fill. Definitely could be. Do keep the likes coming in, guys. We're obviously going to head over to Twitter and start doing some team reviews. So yeah, do keep those likes coming in. Like I said, the target for today is anything above 357. Alright? See if we can get some more subs in the door as well. Be great to do. Get your votes in for your favourite 5.5 million mids as well. Looking at the poll, we've had 681 votes. 58% of you are going for Reinders. We'll do some team reviews and we'll do another poll. Let me know what you want to see on the poll as well. But yes, it is team review time. It is team review time. For everybody that's been asking, we're going to do some team reviews, okay? We have a lot. We have a lot to get through here. So I'm going to go to the bottom of my notifications here. I'm already seeing FPL Tom memes, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Right. This will probably be the first one. It is. Zen, one of our long-time subscribers, an absolute legend in the chat. He says, "Hi Tom, this is my draft. No Salah, no Haaland. Captain Wirtz or Palmer. Also, would you change any of the benching decisions? Have a gut feeling that Reinders will score, but any of my attackers." I probably think, personally, I think there's maybe a little bit too much spent in attack with this team. But, my oh my, mate, for a no Salah, no Haaland draft, it is very, very good. I do like it. I think it's actually quite a good team for a no Haaland, no Salah. I hope it works out for you, man. I really, really hope it works out for you. Thank you for sending your team in. Michael, another one of our long-term subscribers. Henderson. I don't think there's any point paying 5 million for Henderson. Yeah, I think Henderson probably would be the change that I would make. I don't like spending 5 million on a goalkeeper that probably won't score. Like, he'll probably be up there. But I think for 4.5 maybe, and freeing up an extra 0.5 for this side, you can get a lot of better value. Like, that could become a Strand Larson, who I prefer to Fulkrug. So yeah, my voice is already a bit crappy, and we've got like an hour and a half or like more to go. Max says, or this. I'm guessing he sent 2 in. This isn't bad though. As a bench boost for game week 1, could be very good. Could be a decent little bench boost, that. Obviously no Salah, no Haaland, but you've got decent players in there. I guess the problem would be you've got no, probably like, I would say like Wirtz, Fernandes. So that would be my only concern with that one. Maybe a little bit too much spent on a bench boost. And Die alternative, or is he worth a punt to a few weeks with good fixtures? Thinking of Sarr and Kudus. Kelleher I'd be a little bit sceptical on. But I like this. I really, really like this. I think I'd probably keep and die. Bench boost game week 1. Planning for a game week 7 wildcard to bring Salah and Haaland and make a bench super cheap. Fair enough. It's a good team. It is a really good team. I like it. I'm glad I'm doing the reviews, because we're seeing a lot of different teams and a lot of different strategies. And that is what I wanted. Like I spoke at the end of last year saying, like, I would want to have 2 lots of every chip, because it creates like fun scenarios like this where people are bench boosting or doing this or doing that. And now we've got that. So yeah, I like it. Louis has sent his team in. Sanchez, Anderson, Porro, Milenkovic, Bruno, Rogers, Dewsbury, Palmer, Salah, João Pedro, Watkins, Dorgu for the rotation. It's a decent team, mate. It's a very good team. I like it. Jack has sent his team in. Ekatike to Mateta as soon as the minutes become an issue. Fair enough. I don't like Wilson. I'm probably not a big fan of Minter. They're my 2 like iffy picks on this draft, but the rest of it looks really good. Maybe just have a little bit of a thought around them. Tossing could be a minutes risk player as well going forward, so could be an option. Abby says, I think I'm locked, but I'm not sure what to do about Anderson. I've made the switch out, and maybe you might want to make the switch out as well. Maybe go up to that Tielemans. Drop Sanchez, come to the Tielemans party. Could be worth it. Plenty of other 6s as well available. What would you change here? Maybe, I don't think I'd have Konza. He just doesn't get DEFCON. He got 0 last year. He's just not the aggressive defender within their back line. So that's what I'd change there. Oh, big sip of water required there. That was a big sip. Do keep the likes coming in, guys. Keep the questions coming in as well. Keep the subscriptions coming in. Bench boost game week 1 with no Haaland or Salah will likely wildcard early-ish to get them both in and make the bench cheap. We did that one, right? We already did that one. Best team leaked Tom reaction. Sanchez, Porro, Williams, Anderson, Salah, Palmer, Anderson, Reinders, Rodgers. It's a good team. It is a very, very good team. I like it. I am a big fan of it. And that is getting saved. I'm going to like that so I can come back to that. Actually, there it is. That's getting saved and that will get sent to someone. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Thoughts on this team? I will use a game week 1 bench boost. Goodmanson, Van de Ven, Reinders, Dubravka. It's good. It's good. I'm not a big fan of the free forwards for me personally. But other than that, it is a very, very good team. Stuck on whether to go for the 4-5-1 and have Watkins up top or the 3-5-2. Not sure on the two 7.5s. I think that is the big debate that a lot of people are going to have. Is do you go for the 4-5-1 like me? Or do you go for this 3-5-2? I think the 3-5-2 is definitely more flexible. Like, I'm probably going to have to sit on my hands for a few weeks. And if you're a manager that can't basically sit on their hands and be patient, then I think don't go for the 4-5-1. If you want that little bit more flexibility, the 3-5-2 is probably your best bet. Alright, there you go. So if you're a manager that can be patient, maybe not see the best points over the opening few weeks, then yeah, it's fine. Thoughts? I think I'm losing my mind. I don't like Minter as an option. That would probably be the change I would make. Yeah, Minter, and I'm not the overall biggest fan of this double up, but hey ho, it could work. The fixtures are definitely there. But yeah, Minter's probably the pick for me that I don't like. Jess has sent her team in. Sells Milenkovic, Frimpong, Wan-Bissaka. Ooh. No Palmer. No Palmer is an interesting one. I would be maybe looking at your captaincy rotations here. And I think a 4.5... Like, I think there's so much value in the mids rather than the forwards this year. And defenders that if I'm going to have a dud position, it would be a dud striker. So yeah. Not FPL Tom. Oh my days, he's back. This is a troll account we had. Yeah, and he's back. He's made it back, has he? Verbergen, Juve, Pedporo. It's a good team. It's a really, really good team. I like that as a team. Very good stuff. Again, another good team. I'm not 100% convinced on the three forwards. First one we've seen with Jorginho Ruta in as well. Could be a decent option. Bench boost game week 1, free hit game week 2, wildcard game week 4. Differential captain against a leaky Sunderland. Maybe. Maybe. Bowen with the armband. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Could be one. Could be one. Nice bench boost though, that. Nice bench boost. Anyone you would change? No, I think if I rolled into game week 1 with my team looking like that, I'd be happy. I think I would be happy. Here's Chewy FPL. I said I was going to follow him. There we go. Posting some good stuff over the course of pre-season, so go and check Chewy out. There we go. Tempted to change Porro to Romero and upgrade Nico to Milenkovic. I would probably keep Ped Porro. I think Nonto's a non-starter for me. I wouldn't go near Nonto. Yeah, I don't think I'd go near Nonto. What do you think, mate? Ped Porro, Tarkowski, Williams, Anderson, Palmer, Reinders, Vert, Saka, Bruno Fernandes, Haaland. I like it. It's good. It's a good no Salah team, that. Very, very strong. Thoughts about Williams plus Reinders or Murillo? Again, I like what you've got here. I think that's a pretty steady team. You can do a lot with that team, so yeah, not bad. Van de Ven and Rodgers or Porro and Anderson. I would prefer... I mean, Anderson is now a little bit of a doubt for a lot of people because of who they've been linked with in the transfer market. But I think this is a good team. I think this is a good team, so maybe we'll just stick with it. Diouf instead of Anderson. Also, would you be concerned that my defence is on the cheap side? A little bit. A little bit. I think, yeah, you maybe got like... I think I'd only have like Rodgers or Saar. I don't think I'd have both. So yeah, that's probably where I'd be a little bit concerned. Because if DEFCON absolutely explodes over the opening couple and you see like defenders picking up like 10 pointers, you're going to be like, shit. I've got to get there. And it's finding a way to do that somehow. Bruno or no Bruno is the dilemma. I think personally I'd start with Bruno ahead of Wirtz. If it doesn't work out with Bruno, you can just drop to Wirtz. That's where I sit on that one. As kind of the option. AA1, long-time subscriber. Definitely been seeing you about, man. Appreciate your continued support on the channel. He says, any changes? I'm not a big fan of Vicario. I think at any point they could put Kinski in. Barry could be an interesting one if the bust-up rumours are true. But yeah, definitely some interesting options in there. Bunny says, hey Tom, what should I change? I'm a long-term thinking manager, I guess, and I'm not 100% locked in right now. So I appreciate some good thoughts. Thank you very much. Long-term manager, I'd be concerned about Anderson. I'd be concerned about Solanke for game week 1. You're getting rid of his best fixture. So those would be the two players I would maybe have a bit of a rethink. And I don't necessarily think all the players on that bench boost are going to play. So there might be a better time to use the bench boost. That's my honest opinion on that one, mate. Extremely happy with this. Thank you, Fantasy Football Hub. Yeah, Fantasy Football Hub has been cooking over the course of pre-season. If you want to go and get your team rated, if I don't get round to your team today, make sure to use the link in the description. You can get your team rated for free by Fantasy Football Hub's AI. You can also go and check out some of their other amazing features on the website. Their UI as well just looks a lot better than the actual fantasy website this year. Currently on this, thinking about Rodgers and João Pedro. Wirtz and Fulkrug thoughts. I like the Wirtz and Fulkrug one probably a little bit better. But that's just me. I've probably got a little bit of bias towards Wirtz. Jacob says, got Saar as a differential. Going to go Strand Larsen game week 2 or Welbeck. I'd get rid of Welbeck. I don't think he's going to play. I think Jorginho Rutter starts up front. So yeah. There you go. Can you rate this team for me, please, Tom? Yep. Looking good. I like it. Decent little team. A lot of people rocking a 3-5-2, I'm seeing. I think it is going to be a very, very popular formation. We're extremely close, by the way, guys, to 200 likes on today's stream. Like I said, the goal is 357 to become the most ever liked stream I've got. So if you do enjoy the stream, and you are enjoying it, make sure you're liking it. If you're new around here as well, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Massively appreciate everybody coming out today, subscribing to the channel. Really appreciate it. What else have we got? Rate my squaddy. I mean, there's not a pick there, right? Oh, no, there is. I'm in the top corner. There's me. Hello. Pickford, Cucurella, Wan-Bissaka, Pedporo. I don't know if Cucurella is necessarily going to be worth it at 6. Doubtful. Doubtful over Minter. Doubtful over Thiago. Doubtful over Adingra. I think there's just too many doubts in there for me. Thoughts? Quite keen to downgrade Wirtz to Gakpo or Tielemans, then up to another forward. I necessarily don't think the forwards have that much benefit. I would rather have a more expensive midfielder. I can't see who's quite... Yeah, I'd rather upgrade King with the Fulkrug money. That's where I would rather sit. I just don't think there's too much value in forwards. Jake has sent his team in. He says, locked in, I think. Get Hato out. He's not going to play. They literally came out and said Tosin is probably going to play. Get him out. The forwards are so interesting. Yeah. But yeah, get Hato out. Just not an option for me, personally. This forward line absolutely stinks as well. What if, like, Watkins or Gyökeres is, like, the best player in the world? Yeah. Bit of rethinking, I think, still needs to happen there, Jake. Hato is not going to play. Any changes? I'm not a big fan of Kudus or Cherky. Feels a bit gambly in midfield. So, yeah, probably would, yeah, not go there. Lewis Muriel FPL, who's been around for a while as well. Thank you for coming back to the channel, man. Appreciate your continued support. He has got Sanchez, Van der Berg, Aitner, Murillo, Gakpo, Rogers, Palmer, Salah, Jorginho, Watkins, João Pedro. Good looking team. Good looking team. FPL, Tom, is my defence too cheap? No, it's actually fine, isn't it, really? You've got two 5.5s. I think you're in a good place. I think that's a decent 3-5-2. I have my doubts about Kudus, and I think pairing it with Jorginho Rutter does not fill me with overall confidence, but yeah. Game week 1 bench boost. I'm back in the top corner looking like a drip. Not a bad bench boost. Few iffy players though on the pitch, right? AA1 we did. Africa Lad. Don't like Aina. Swap him out. If you're going to go for any Forest defender, go and get Williams. I'm just going to have a drink before my mouth falls off. Jesus. Like, I absolutely love streaming, but the heat in the UK for streaming right now is not good. Thankfully, you guys can't hear the fan, because if I didn't have the fan on today, I think I would have maybe died. Like, yeah, I think I probably would have like exploded. But yeah, do keep the likes coming in for today's stream, guys. We're what? 205. There's 478 of you in here, so keep them coming in. Genuinely, just keep ploughing them in, and let's see if we can break that record. Thoughts on this team? Saar, Bowen, João Pedro, Rogers. Yeah, looks decent. Looks decent enough. FPL Chewy says 3 hits 6 is the current plan. With the team, expect to bring in Mateta for João Pedro in game week 4 when they play Sunderland. Nice. Gakpo, someone I'm willing to gamble on, and if Isak comes in, I've got roots to him. Fair enough, if you've got it all planned out, mate, it seems very, very good. The team does look pretty decent as well. I'm a big fan of it. It looks quite a nice team. It is quite a nice team. What do you think of this team? Semenyo is mainly for 2 weeks onwards. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I do get it. Not a bad team. Not a bad team, yeah. It's alright. Jesus, how many more of these have we got to do? Like, I thought we were done. Juve and Porro or Virgil van Dijk and Tarkowski. Probably Juve and Porro, I think I probably would go for. Thoughts wondering about Williams plus Reinders or Murillo? I would go for Williams plus Reinders. Not 100% convinced by the Saar pick, in my personal opinion. But that's that. This one looks like it's been taken on somebody's like potato, Jack. Have you taken this on a potato? It is Be Real time. I only do Be Real because all my family do it. It's like a nice way of us seeing it. So we're going to do Be Real on stream. Alright? We're going to do Be Real as the live on the stream. I'll post it a bit later. Right. There's the chat. There we go. Alright. We got the Be Real in. And we're nearly hitting 500 viewers on today's stream. Anton saying Everton haven't even kept a clean sheet in pre-season. The defence is overrated. Maybe. Everyone say hi, family. Cheese. Yeah, everyone just say cheese to the family. Massively appreciate you all. De Cooper or Potts? I would prefer to have De Cooper. 97% hub on the hub. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm not a big fan of Thiago longer term. I just don't think he's a good pick. Yeah, I don't think he's a good pick for me. Neko Collar. I would prefer Virgil van Dijk and Sanchez, I think. Would be my favourites. Mostly locked in, not convinced by Bruno, and I still want an Arsenal asset despite the tough fixtures. Fair enough. Then go for Saka, that's fine. I think, yeah, I probably would line up with something like this. Sanchez and Saw or a 5.5 and Verbergen. 5.5 and I think maybe Sanchez and Verbergen. Help, please. Please. Raul Jimenez, I'm a little bit uncertain of. Matoma, again. Tossen. There's just too many iffy picks in there for me. You want to be picking players that are very, very secure in minutes. Who would you swap Gabriel with? Gabriel and Virgil. I think you only have one at 6, not 2. Would be my honest thing. Last one. FPL Tom, love the channel. Please rate my team. It's a decent team. I'm not a big fan of the 3 forwards. I think I would rather have a dud forward than a dud midfielder. I think there's a lot more value within the midfielders this season. So that's where I would rather sit. Like I said, guys, 4 future streams coming up. Make sure you are, of course, following me over on Twitter. We're closing in on 4,000 followers on here as well. So, yeah, make sure you're following me here on Twitter as well. And, yeah, all good stuff. All good stuff. Right, let's get back to answering some of your guys' questions then. Obviously, we've been neglecting the chat for a little bit while we ploughed through all those team reviews, which did take a long, long time. I knew it was going to take a while today, but yeah, there we go. All done and dusted. Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Wait, what? Please talk about Grealish at Everton. I don't think I would go near Grealish yet. I don't think he starts straight away. I think he's bedded into the side. So I don't think I'd go for him straight off the bat. Pretty much you want to be just picking people that you know are going to play really, really good minutes. And I think that's what I've got with my team here. You've got a lot of players that are going to be playing like 90 plus minutes every single week. I don't think you can say the same about like some of these picks everyone else is picking. Pace my voice. I know. It's just today. Today's going to be the longest one. Like, today will be the longest one we do. After today, it won't be as long. Like, next week maybe might be a little bit long because it's another Friday one. But then the following one will be up at like 7 till like 9. I think your dud forwards are on screen right now. Kruping Jr. or GAMEWEEK. Will Dewsbury take set pieces? He did in their first pre-season game. Whether or not that is going to be a continuing trend, we're going to have to wait and see. What's your best 4 and 4.5 million goalkeeper combo on a bench boost? I mean, if Dubravka's fit, then Dubravka, and then probably Verbergen right now or Kelleher. They're going to be your 2, right? Have you thought about Kelleher instead of Verbergen? It's a 50-50. I think with Kelleher maybe being a doubt for the game, and maybe, you know, Brentford maybe not being as good a defence this season, I've gone with Verbergen. That's just where my mind's at right now. Thoughts on Aries? I think, again, he's maybe a wait and see. I'd rather pick one of the kind of the minutes lock ones. Yep, still on the 4-5-1. Going to be rocking it all the way. I'm pretty much... I genuinely think I might be just set with this as the team. So yeah, 4-5-1 for the win, baby. New drinking game. Every time he says GAMEWEEK, take a drink. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. FPL Mate is already live as well. Jeez Louise. Golden's still live as well if you want to go and check out his stream. I think he might be close to 16k, right? He's already hit 16k. So well done for Tom for hitting 16k. Momentous achievement. Big up, Tom. Yeah, Jake's team didn't look good. It genuinely didn't look good, did it? It wasn't good. We are closing in on 250 likes, by the way. That has massively snuck up. If you're already in the stream and haven't liked it already, make sure you're liking it. It does push it out to more people. And if we could get 250, that'd be a great start to the season, wouldn't it? Is Krupig starting? He's probably got the most chance, probably behind Mark, to start in the 4.5 million bracket. So yeah. That's where I sit on things. Anyway. Tielemans or Matoma? I probably would go for Tielemans. Done a take two. Alright, have you sent it on Twitter? I'll take a look if it's on Twitter. I'll take a look. We probably should get another poll going, right? What do you want the poll to be? Maybe like best 7.5 million forwards? Something like that? Let's do another poll. Or best 6.5, someone said. Yeah, best 6.5s. Let's get some of these up then. I'm just like filtering them in. 6.5. Saw has to be one of them. Saw. Who else have we got? Matoma people are looking at. Who else have we got in that 6.5? And Die. Yes. And then I'm going to put other as well. If you're going for other, let me know which way you're going on the other one. Wait, that didn't even make sense. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah, get your votes in for the best 6.5s. The Holy Coin is here if you want to have a go on it. It is here. Joof or Durgu? I think probably Joof is a little bit more secure. So yeah. Damsgaard could also be a shout at 6. I was looking at his and Tielemans' numbers. Pretty similar. Ooh, I like option 2, you know, Abby. I really, really like option 2. I think that could be decent. Wirtz, Reinders, Milenkovic or Gakpo, Rogers, Williams. Wirtz one. I prefer the Wirtz one. Kudus is good for Burnley at home. He is, but I do worry about his long-term minutes. Kudus could be the other shout as well at 6.5 that people are looking at. How do you switch formations? There should just be like you just sub people in and it'll just like do it automatically. Okay, first Holy Coin. Salah or Wirtz captain. Nice. Tails is going to be Wirtz. Heads is going to be Salah, alright? Heads it is. Mohamed Salah. There you go. There you go. Man City midfielders to watch for. Probably going to be Cherky and Reinders, right? Yeah, Damsgaard could be decent on a lot of set pieces. Defcon, those probably maybe a little bit mudded him as an option. Will Dubravka start? I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. Did we get an update from Parker on his fitness? Someone let me know in the chat. I'm going Haaland captain, says that TPS player. Very nice. Try Salah and versus Haaland. I mean, for me, like, yeah. Holy Coin, Mayenda or Guiwi. Lad, go and build a good team. Go and build a good team. Have you sent me your team? I think you have, right? Let's go and have a quick check at it. Let's go and have a quick check. If there's any other ones as well, we'll do these here. Right, Jake's is here. Take 2. Gokares, Tarkowski, Dewsbury Hall. I'm not a big fan of Konza. Does absolutely nothing for Defcon. So yeah, I think Konza's probably the only player I would maybe be a little bit doubtful of. Gokares as well. Like, could be decent for game week 2, but I think it's a gamble. I think it's a gamble on Gyökeres. But I understand it. I think I maybe would prefer Watkins. Watkins and maybe a different 4.5, and I think you're there. I think you're there then, lad. Obviously, if you want to go and get your team rated by Fantasy Football Hub AI, my current team scored a 98% rating on their algorithm. So if anybody can beat the 98, let me know in the chat. I would be very, very interested to see if anybody can beat that one. I'd actually prefer Wan-Bissaka ahead of Konza. At least he's got some sort of attacking threat as well to his game. Yeah, I think that's fine, Abby. Then go with it. We might do a few more team ratings if we get a good batch of them in before I finish up a little bit later. I don't think there's another like guaranteed nail minute secure one for Villa at 4.5 otherwise. So yeah, I maybe would look at other options. Would you start Fulkrug with no backup on the bench is a worry. Yeah, a little bit. Someone's got 100% on the AI rating. Very, very nice. We've hit 16.2 by the way, guys. Thank you very much for your continued support on the channel. It absolutely means the world to me. That yeah, we hit 16k the other day. Now we're at 16.2. Madness. My team is an FPL Tom Discord exclusive. Very nice. Keep him gatekeeped, Jamie. Well done. FPL Holy Coin Rage Quit. Nice. Why Tielemans? Let me bring up the numbers again for Tielemans and why I like him as a pick. So first of all, he could be the penalty taker for Aston Villa. He got 18 on DEFCON. Actually, we can use the player. Where's the player comparison tool? So Tielemans versus Elliot Anderson, right? So these are the two here. So what we're seeing for an extra 0.5 is more chance of an assist, slightly better points. Is this per start? Per 90. Let's switch that to per 90. Again, okay, we're seeing roughly the same amount of points. Assists is about the same. Expected assists, much better. Expected points, slightly higher. A little bit. They're quite similar in terms of the predicted points here. There's a little bit of a difference here for Tielemans. I just think the fixtures are looking good. And if, of course, Anderson starts to be dropped, like it looks like they're going to be in for Douglas Luiz. It wouldn't surprise me if they go and sign him or another midfielder. Then we're starting to get a lot more competition for places. And that is where Anderson loses his appeal because we need him to be doing like full 90s. Like we need him to be doing like full 90s all the time. So yeah, that would be my big concern there. Yeah, I think it's probably between Watkins and Tielemans for penalties, right? Asensio might join, maybe he gets them. But yeah, that's where my head is at on that one. So yeah, that is where we're at. Here's the head-to-head from last season. Anderson slightly more assists. Goals, one better for Tielemans. It is, though, the DEFCONs where obviously Anderson absolutely smashes it out the park. But yeah, I like the team. I feel very comfortable. I think we've got really good minutes across the board. There's nobody that I'm like really worried about minutes-wise. So I'm happy with that regard of it. Murillo or Nico Williams, if you can take me from KDD to Anderson or Reinders. I still probably would prefer Murillo. Again, I'm a little bit shaky on Thingy as a pick. Nico Williams as a pick, longer term. Depends how long you need it. Oh, jeez, Louise. Rodgers and João Pedro or Vert and Fulkrug. I like the Wirtz and Fulkrug one. I think I've got a little bit of a bias towards Wirtz. But Rodgers and João Pedro, also great. Probably would go maybe Rodgers and João Pedro. Yeah, let's go Rodgers and João Pedro. Caicedo instead of Reinders for Anderson. Scared of Pep Roulette. I get it, but at the same time, Caicedo offers probably very minimal. Are you a fan of the City defence? Gvardiol out probably weakens that defence a little bit. So no, I'm going to go no on that one. We are ridiculously close, by the way, to 250 likes on today's stream. Make sure you are liking it. We're at 241. So get those likes in. Let's see if we can get to 250. I don't think we're going to set a record-breaking one today, which is a shame. I would have liked to. But hey-ho, it is what it is. But if we can get to like 300, I'll be happy with that. Thoughts on Rodgers to Tielemans, so I can do... Ooh, Rodgers to Tielemans could be it. I think Rodgers is the better player. Like, honestly, if I had the extra 0.5, extra million, I would rather get Rodgers in this side. I would. So, yeah, that's where I sit on it. Who do you think's got the best attacking threat this week of the 5.5s, 4.5s? Probably due for Wan-Bissaka, right? Lewis Dunk, I don't think he was playing a lot at the end of last season. I don't think he's quite there. I know Van Heck's probably first choice now, right? Oh, true. It wouldn't have been 370 when we were live. True. Would you rather Rodgers or Kudus for game week 1? I'd rather have Rodgers. I'd rather have Mateta ahead of João Pedro for me anyway. That's where I sit on that one. Areola plus Tosin or Verbergen plus Juve. I just think Verbergen plus Juve. West Ham will sign another goalkeeper. Tosin, big risk as well. When is the deadline? The deadline is at 6:30 tonight. 6:30 tonight in the UK. Hey, we're here for it. We're here for it. I don't mind Goalkeeper. Brighton could be decent. Could be decent. Doesn't do much in terms of DEFCON, but could be an okay pick. Could be an okay shout. Will Krupik Jr. start? Probably not. I'm not expecting him. My honest advice for people is get your teams locked in ahead of the deadline. Yeah, we saw it. We saw it with the Club World Cup one. That game went early, but the FPL website went down the other day for 12 hours. There's what, like 8 million managers. What are we on now? Let me give the website a refresh on my laptop. See what numbers we're at in terms of the player base. 8.6 million. If you've got 8.6 million people all logging into a website at one time, it is going to crash. I'm telling you now, it's going to crash. Okay? We just hit 250 likes on today's stream, so thank you very, very much. Do keep the likes coming in. Massively appreciate all the support you've shown on the channel already over the course of pre-season. Game week 1 is finally here. I'm really excited about it. So, yeah, let's keep ticking along, I guess. Keep ticking along, guys. Who is my favourite differential? I mean, I've got Tielemans at like 3.2. He could be it. I think some of the defenders are really being undervalued as well. So, yeah. I think some of the defenders are being undervalued. Let's have a look at the 6.5 million poll. It's close between Saren and Dye, both at 38%. Maybe if we'd have put Kudus in there, we might have got a different one as well. I saw a tweet about Wirtz bagging tonight and now I want him. Yeah. Best 4.5, probably Verbergen or Kelleher. I probably would go the Rodgers option. Salah, Saka, Strand Larsen or Bruno Haaland, Gakpo. Ooh, Salah, Saka, Strand Larsen. Does Grealish transfer to Everton make Ndiaye a worse pick? I don't think so. Reading from a lot of Everton fans, they don't think so either. And I don't think Grealish starts straight away. Someone please mute that guy. Someone get him muted. We can't be spamming in the chat. Like, I'm all for answering questions, guys, but please do not spam. It just ruins the chat for everyone else. Get him muted for a bit. He had his warning. Get him out. Get him out. We're ruthless. Thoughts on Chris Wood? I'm not personally a big fan of Chris Wood, and I'm not a big fan of any of the forwards. Hence the one up front formation. That's where we sit on it. We've got one up front. We're probably going to play with one up front. That's going to be it. But yeah, please don't spam in the chat. Like, I'll get around to as many questions as I possibly can during today's stream. Obviously, I can't get around to everybody's questions, but I will try and go through as many as I possibly can. All right, how's that sound? That sound like a fair deal? Okay, good. 100% team rating on FootTub. Any improvements? Sells, Porro, Juve, Murillo, and Dye, Salah, Reinders, Palmer. Nope, it's a good team. It's a good team. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. There is no bench cover, realistically. There is no bench cover. That's why we've needed, like, 90-minute men across the board. And that's what we've got within the side. All these players, I expect, minutes-wise, are going to be very, very good. So, yeah, that's why we've gone with it, pretty much. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I can't decide between João Pedro and Mateta. I think Mateta's better for minutes. João Pedro maybe a bit more upside with the fixtures over the opening three. What did Unai Emery say? I don't know. I haven't been on Twitter. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right, what else have we got? Unai Emery, Morgan Rogers is fit for game week 1. There you go. Pep Guardiola has ruled out Gvardiol and Kovacic, maybe making Reinders an option, but Phil Foden and Rodri are travelling. Dominiquez will be out until autumn. Was he a midfielder? Was he a midfielder? I can't remember. I can't remember. But yeah, that's where we're at. That is where we're at. That one. And then switch back. I hate the UI. The fact that I now have to switch back between the streams. Run time, yeah. Fully is going to be 8 Muri time. Murillo plus Wirtz or Fernandez plus Williams. Oh. I probably, like, from my personal perspective, I prefer Murillo and Wirtz. That's where I sit. I don't know if you guys agree, but that's where I sit. Tom, is double Villa attack risky? I mean, the fixtures are definitely there. The fixtures are 100% there, and you can go for it. Downgrade Murillo and Porro for a 5 million counterparts. And I don't really like any of the 5s. That's the problem. I don't really like any of the 5s. Yeah, like, you've got to think about it this way, right? Defenders and midfielders have all had boosts to their point scoring ability this season with DEFCON being added. Strikers haven't. There was only one player who was identified as a striker last season that hit DEFCON, and it was in Dye, right? But he was technically a midfielder anyway. That's why he's been moved back to a midfielder. So all the other positions, the defenders and the midfielders, now have more routes to points. So a lot more people are going to be switching, I think, to 4-5-1s or 3-5-2s. If another striker really goes off, that'll be the thing. Thoughts on Marlon? Probably not going to look at him. I have no Villa kind of scared. Yeah, Villa's fixtures are just great. They are really, really good, so I would be a little bit worried. Tarkowski and Tielemans over Virgil and Anderson. Yep, that is the route we've gone for. Hi Tom, what do you think about playing Bowen week 1 and saving 1 million transfer to Goalkeeper? I mean, what happens if Goalkeeper goes up? And then you're priced out of it. Like, he might go up as soon as they play, or he might be terrible. And I don't want to be booking in early transfers. That would be my advice for a lot of people. Maybe just take the gamble on Goalkeeper if he scores against United. United weren't a great defence last season. They weren't. Yeah, I mean, it's not quite there, is it? I think a Bruno or a Wirtz are both going to really go off. Would you pick Reece James? I think if I'm going to pick anyone from Chelsea, probably be Sanchez. I would prefer the Rodgers and Strand Larson. I think that would be better. What about a 4-4-2? I think the midfielders, like you can see here, are really strapped. So yeah, I like the midfielders. Triple Forest defence, as they have the best first 6. Risky. Risky, but if it works, it works, and you look like an absolute general, don't you, really? Do keep the likes coming in on today's stream. Obviously, keep the votes in for the poll as well. It's actually quite tight between Ndai and Saar as well. So keep the votes coming in for that one. We'll get some more polls going. Let me know what the next poll will be. We'll give the next poll like 10 more minutes. But yeah, let me know what poll you'd like to see. Thoughts on Bowen and Ndai or João Pedro and Rodgers? Why no Arsenal players? There's a route to Arsenal players, and it's game week 7 for me in this team. So yeah, that's where I sit. Yeah, you've got the right idea. Let's see if we can hit 300 likes on today's stream. 258. Let's see if we can push it to 300. Alright? See if we can push it to 300. I think we can. I think we can. There's 411 people in here. If everybody likes the stream, we'll get to 300 very easily. So if you haven't already, hit that like button on today's stream. It is massively appreciated, as always, by myself. 7.5 million forwards is what people want. Okay, we'll do a poll for that then. We'll get a poll for the 7.5 million forwards. It doesn't work like Champions League Fantasy. Once the deadline goes, there is no substitutions. I think if you've already got Salah, then maybe go Bruno. Like, if it doesn't work out, you can easily just downgrade into Wirtz. And I think with Defcon, he's going to be a bit of a monster. Same way I would probably go for Bruno ahead of Saka. Defcon, I think he's going to be absolutely broken. What do I think of the team? It sells Virgil van Dijk. I wouldn't have Aina. And I'd be a little bit wary of João Pedro's minutes. But yeah, other than that, looks pretty decent. Welbeck probably isn't going to play. I think they'll probably play Jorginho Rutter as the forward. So yeah. No worries. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, we try and answer as many questions as we can on the stream. Like, that's ultimately the reason why you guys have joined, haven't you? You want your questions answering. You want to know what advice to go for your team. And that's what I can offer you for now. Like, obviously, if more and more people come into the stream, it does get a little bit harder. But yeah, that's my USP. That's what I can offer you guys. I can answer your questions. I'll try and answer as many as I can. So yeah. Predicted lineups have Welbeck striker and Rutter camp. I still don't think that's going to be the case. I just wouldn't back it. I just wouldn't back it, and I wouldn't go near Welbeck in my opinion. Yeah, it's just not there as a pick for me. When will I lock in my team? Probably very soon. I'm pretty happy with the team as is. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Can't lie, yeah, I'm feeling pretty happy with it. The only thing that is running through my mind right now is, do we downgrade Tarkowski to a 5 million and upgrade Tielemans to maybe like an Ndai? I don't know. What do you guys think of that? That's the only thing that's running through my head. Do we drop Tarkowski to a 5 and then get Tielemans to a 6.5? I would prefer to go for Wirtz and Tielemans. I think Gakpo will start to see some rotation eventually. So I think the better option is just to have Wirtz. I think Wirtz is definitely going to be like nailed. That's just my perception on things anyway. You can obviously disagree. If you really want to, you can of course disagree. I don't rate the Ndiaye pick. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. That's why I'm probably not going to go for it as an option for me anyway. Talk to a 4.5 and bring in Rodgers. It's not a bad shout. It isn't a bad shout. We'd have to find someone that rotates nicely with Forest, Spurs and Fulham. And Burnley, sorry. So we need someone that's realistically got like 4-ish good fixtures. Let's go to FF Hub. See if we can make that work. See if we can make that work. Right, Rodgers is in. So we'd have 4.5. Who would be the best 4.5? We could go for somebody like a Richards. We could take the gamble on Tosin. Like, if Tosin... it's a big gamble, isn't it? It is a big gamble. But if we went for it, it would look like this. That'd be fine for this week. Obviously, the same for game week 2. So if we made the transfers, optimised the team, we'd look like this for this. It works. It does work. But my concern is, how often does Tosin play? Like, how often does Tosin play? Would be the concern. But it does work for what we need for game week 5. If we think if we think Tosin could get us to game week 5, then there is that as a route. There is that as a route. What do you guys think? Do you think that's an option? Yeah, it would be just a big risk on Tosin, wouldn't it, really? It would be a big risk on Tosin. The problem with the Villa defenders is no Defcon. Tosin probably does get me to like maybe game week 3. What do we think to this? What do we think to this? It is definitely going to be Tosin at the start. I think Tosin starts the start of the season, doesn't he? I am tempted. I am tempted. It would... Like, because I would rather have Rodgers than Tielemans. I think Rodgers would be the better pick. FPL would be a massive risk to go with Tosin, right? It would be a huge risk. It would be a huge risk. That is the only thing that is running through my mind is I with this 4-5-1, I've got to make picks that are a little bit more sensible and sturdy and reliable. Maybe it's one for the coin. Maybe we let the coin decide. Tossing is too mainstream. Oh, dear, dear. And I mean, if it doesn't work out with Tossing, we could move to a Crystal Palace defender after 3 weeks. If he can make 3 weeks, we might be able to do it. Right, what do we say, coin? The holy coin is here. This is the first time I'm going to use the holy coin. Heads, we go with Tielemans and Tarkowski. Tails, we go with this. Tosin and Rodgers. Alright? What did I say? I can't remember which way I said it was like. Which way did I say it was? Did I say heads is Tosin, right? Heads is Tosin. No, wait. Chat, let me know what I said because I've completely just had a mind warp. What was heads again? Someone let me know what was heads. Oh, I can't remember what was heads and what was tails. Someone please let me know in the chat. Tails is Rodgers. Okay. Tails is Rodgers. Thank you very much. So Tails is Rodgers. Heads is the other one. Alright, let's go for it. It's landed on heads, guys. It's landed on heads. So, yeah. I don't think we're going to do it. But you never know. I might get itchy feet. Boo the coin, boo the coin. Yeah, everyone boo the coin. Boo the coin. Bad coin. Why is nobody picking Saka? I just think it's hard, isn't it? It is hard to go for Saka. Tosin will get a price rise. Imagine Tosin's like, yeah. Tielemans is nailed, is on pens. I agree. Like, when... Yeah. It is all that. It is all that. Do keep the questions coming in. Keep the subscriptions coming in as well. We're closing in on 300 likes. It'd be amazing if we could do it. Gonna triple captain Tosin in game week 1. He's on corners, pens, and scores from direct play. Who, Tosin? Is Chris Richards nailed? Yeah, I think he'll see decent minutes. Who's the best 6 million replacement? I think either Gabriel or Van Dijk. Grealish, probably not an option for me. Yeah, probably not an option. Thoughts on Murillo and Nico? I like both of them. As you can see, I've got Murillo on my side. I'm a content creator. I have to play it safe. I mean, I don't. I could take this as a gamble. I could take it as a gamble. But I have to remember... I do have to remember that last season... I went Kwanzaa, I went Nkuku, and my head nearly fell off at the start of the year. It did nearly fall off. I think personally, yeah, Palace are a bit of a risk with the Euro qualifiers. I do genuinely think they're a bit of a risk. When am I streaming to? Till I probably can do physically no more is probably when I'll stream to today. I think like Raptors going live at 4. Maybe then we'll probably see a big drop off in views. Maybe like 4:30 potentially. Is Marmoush risky? Yeah, I think for 8.5, I'd rather go and get Wirtz. Yeah, it was not a fun time, was it? It was not a fun time at the back end of at the start of last season, was it? Really, if you think about it, with the headaches of the benchings and stuff like that, it was just not fun. Stream till the deadline, you coward. I mean, I will probably explode if that happens. So yeah, we've been live since what, like 10 to 1. I'd have to go for a wee as well. I think Murillo and Milenkovic are both great. They genuinely are both great. Kwanzaa and Cuckoo Barco, the worst FPL start ever. Yeah. Can I ask why so many people are going for Bruno Fernandes? Probably just going to be a safe and reliable pick for DEFCON, for penalties, attacking numbers. Thoughts on Reinders? I don't mind Reinders. We said we was going to do another poll, right? Let's do another poll. People want the best 7.5 million strikers. So let me bring these up. Who have we got in here? That is our pool of players to pick from. Let's have a look. Ndai has won this poll, so congratulations to Ndai being the best 6.5 million mid. According to our chat. Well done. Let's do best 7.5 mil forwards. So we've got Mateta. Zhao. Pedro, Wood, and I'm going to put Solanke in there. I don't think anyone else is like quite an option right now. Solanke. Did I put a question on that? Yeah, I did. There we go. Cool. Get your votes in for the best 7.5 million forwards. Let me know your answers by voting on the poll. I'm interested to see who people go for on this one. Mateta, early out the traps. I do think Mateta will have the most points at the end of the season. Yeah, he could be a decent striker. If he's playing good minutes, he could be a great option. Got Nico Williams, Esteb, Van de Ven, Tarkowski. Which 4.5 million defender is the best? Find one that rotates nicely with Van Dijk, Tarkowski and Williams' bad fixture. So I think it's 4 and 5. So whoever's got a decent fixture, maybe game week 4, game week 5 is where I would look. Game week 4, game week 5. Villa have got not bad ones. Bournemouth potentially. Not Brentford. Palace. Palace are probably your boys, aren't they, really? Bruno, Juve, Nico Williams, Rodgers, Van Dijk, sorry, Murillo. Not bad. Not bad indeed. Thoughts on Ramiro? I don't mind him at 5. I think just for that extra 0.5 to get a player that's going to be on free kicks and corners, I would spend it. No Salah, no Haaland. Is that risky? I think it's definitely viable. It's definitely viable with the price that they're at. But the problem you're going to have is around, for me personally anyway, is going to be around like the... what am I trying to say? I've been streaming for that long. Is around captaincy was where the problems would lie with me. Wan-Bissaka's not really that good a pick. They've got one good game week, and then after that, I'm not going near him. But yeah, we could line up with this. I don't mind it. Rodgers tossing. Congratulations, mate. Got 3 A's with a 96 in maths. Very well done, my friend. Very well done indeed. We are approaching 300 likes, by the way, on today's stream. So, yeah, keep them in. Keep them coming in. See if we can get to 300. That'd be great. keep the subs coming in as well. We could maybe hit 16.3 before the deadline. That would be great to see. I think Anderson could do well against Brighton for DEFCON. Slight chance of a clean sheet as well. Best 5 million forward, I don't think there is any that are going to play. So, yeah. Oh, it was a question, who do I prefer? Probably the Bruno option is the one I prefer. But yeah, this is where we're currently thinking. We've got Tosin or Rodgers, or we've got our other option. Did I put this in the... did I save this? Yeah, I did. It does look quite good. It does look quite good. It scored 98%. I don't mind it. Is Fofana injured? For now, but he apparently is close. Is Fulkrug too risky? I think he'll start, but longer term, I do worry about him. Any thoughts on Durgu? I mean, if you need a United player for 2 and 3, and that's the rotation you need for your defence, not bad. Thoughts on Murillo and Nico on the same team, also and Dial Rodgers. I think Murillo and Nico, it is really a coin toss, whichever one you prefer. I would try and get Rodgers ahead of and die for me if I've got that extra 0.5 lying around. Realistically, I need Tosin for maybe 2 game weeks. 3 at a push, because Villa fixtures then pick Sunderland, West Ham, 3 hitting in 6. So it's one of those, isn't it? It's one of those. It is one of those. We are ridiculously close, by the way, to 300 likes on today's stream. So do keep the likes coming in. We need 3 more people. So hit that like button. I need you, baby. I'm glad you enjoyed it, my man. I hope you're feeling good ahead of game week 1. My hair's absolutely wild. But yeah, I hope you're feeling good. I've switched to option 2 that I mentioned a while ago. But now I have Juve rather than Durgu. And now I love my team. Before I felt like something was missing. But it feels right now. Fair enough. If that's how you feel, enjoy it. Enjoy it, my man. People sleeping on Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson has 2 weeks of good football every single season. No more than that. I'm not going to go back to Anderson. The Anderson thing is done. Like, that is genuinely done. I'm not looking at Anderson. 300 likes, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Your support is always massively appreciated. And honestly, it's great to start the season with a 300 like stream, isn't it? The views have been steady throughout the course of the stream. Subs have been good. I think maybe around like a 200 growth. Bang on 200 right now. So yeah. Appreciate all the support, guys. I really, really do. But I do think we're going to trust the coin. I think maybe Rodgers is fit and available. But is there a doubt that he comes off and maybe a little bit early? Game week 1. People don't like Rodgers in the chat, apparently. Best 4.5 from Palace, maybe Richards. Gahey if he stays. Oh, pretty baby. Do, 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 do. I do get Rodgers not for just game week 1. I also get Tielemans not just for game week 1. Thank you, Andy, man. They both do have a great run of fixtures, don't they? Rodgers or Ndai. I think if I can find that extra 0.5, I would rather go for Ndai. For Rodgers, sorry. 5 million defender, except Williams. I like Leclerc, is it? Leclerc? Probably be the one. How... I'd go the Rodgers, but with a different 4.5. It's trying to find a 4.5 that rotates nicely with my other defenders, if that makes sense, Abby. Because that's where we're at. We need someone that realistically fits, like, can play the opening three and has good long terms. I just don't see anyone like that can play all three across the opening three. I just don't see it. So yeah, it probably would be Tosin for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. If we go Tosin for 3 weeks, right? Let's say we get the Fulham game out of him. Game week 4. If we can get to game week 4, which I think's the first international window, we can then do this. Either one of these. So Richards comes an option. We could move to Powell. Double Spurs maybe for a few weeks. Like, the options open up a little bit. The options do open up a little bit. Both of them score a 98, by the way, on the AI rating. But like with Tielemans and Tarkowski, scores 98. With Rodgers and Tosin, scores 98. So yeah, that's where we're at. That is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Do I unlike Solanke? Do I unlike Solanke? I like Solanke. I just don't... I don't know if he plays his best fixture in game week 1. So yeah. Someone get this guy out of this chat. Get yourself out of the chat. Get little Reggie out of the chat. Boom, banned. Boom, banned. Boom, banned. We literally just had to go and ban people from the chat. Absolute numpties. Do I downgrade Bruno to Gakpo to upgrade Tosin to any defender? I don't think I would. Yeah, I kind of wished it would start a little bit earlier. Obviously, we've just kind of been just sat here like plugging away for a few hours now, thinking, tinkering, worrying about stuff. Yeah, not great. Not great. Not ideal. Not ideal. But yeah, I still think we're going to probably lean with this. I still think this is the way to go. Because the number one thinking is Tosin books in a transfer a little bit later if he loses his place. Tosin then books in that transfer. I could be wrong on it. I could end up, Tosin could be a great value pick at 4.5. And if that is the case, then we can make that move. But for right now, I think personally for me, the better play is go this. Go the players that I know are definitely going to see really good minutes. And then we evaluate. go with just good minute players. We've done this in the past. We've gone for those risky picks. And they don't always work. So let's just go with the minutes safe players and play it that way. Because if Tielemans gets like a couple of attacking returns, maybe like some DEFCON over the opening few, could be a great pick. Could be a great pick. White Tarkowski, DEFCON merchant. Absolute DEFCON merchant. Who's leading the charge in terms of the 7.5 million forward poll then? Mateta had an early stride, but it looks like João Pedro leading the way with 66% of the vote. They've said Rodgers should be available for game week 1. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Where are we at subs-wise? 25 to go, by the way, to hit 16.3 on today's stream. That would be legendary if we could do that. So if you are new around here, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting the like button as well. We're closing in on our most liked stream of all time. So I really, really appreciate everybody being in here, man. Is Rodgers going to be available? I just changed him for Matoma. Yeah, I think he will be. I'm going with Ekatite, João Pedro and Gocares as the front 9. Big risk, but hey-ho, why not? Double Forest events, it could work. You could end up with egg on your face. The fixtures are definitely there, but I would be a little bit cautious. Do you think it's Tielemans or Watkins on the Villa pens? A lot of Villa fans think it's Tielemans. A lot of them think it's Tielemans. If it's not Tielemans, it probably devalues him, as an asset, in my opinion. Who is this year's Nkuku? Could be Ndai. Ndai could be this year's Nkuku, really, couldn't he? I'm trying to think who else you could realistically get. Yeah, maybe Ndai. Maybe Ruter. That couple early benchings. Tossen definitely could be one of those picks that flops early doors. João Pedro could be the one. João Pedro could really be the one that stiffs it up a little bit. Ramiro, I don't mind Ramiro at 5. I think that's a decent option, but I would be trying to find that 0.5 to go to Pedporo. Rodgers or Bruno? I would personally go Bruno. I really, really like Bruno as an option. Haaland, Salah and Palmer setup thoughts. I think it's just ridiculously hard to build a good draft. I really, really do. Would you guys like to see me try and put one together? We can try and put a Haaland, Salah and Palmer draft together if you like. We can try it. Hey Tom, this is the first time playing FPL all the way from Brazil. Very nice. My top tips for people just playing FPL: pick very solid minutes players at the start of the game. Don't go for iffy and risky options. Go for the big hitters as well. Have a clear plan with captaincy, and I think you'll be fine. You'll honestly be fine at the start of this year. What's your opinion on the 5.5 Forest Defender or Pedporo? I'd rather have Pedporo. Gakpo or Rodgers? I think I actually like Gakpo for the first few, you know. Van Dijk or Tarkowski? If I had the extra 0.5, I think I would maybe go for Van Dijk. Who is the captain candidate for no Salah teams? Probably Palmer. Yeah, probably going to be Palmer, isn't it, really? Maybe Saka. Might be a wild shout here. Pedporo. They've got the best chance of a clean sheet in game week 1. He's on free kicks. He's on corners. You could be looking at a 15-pointer. Yep. Mateus Nunes. Again, I think there's no real reason to go for these iffy picks at the start. If they do become options and their minutes look good, then move to them. Right off the bat, my honest advice would be pick 90-minute men. Players that you know are just going to play very good minutes. Yeah. That's where I sit on it anyway. Verts could also be an option for those going with a no Salah. Would you like? I think I asked it already, but yeah, let's put together for you guys a Haaland and Salah team and see what the AI rates it. So we've got Haaland, Salah, Palmer, right? So, well, I need Haaland. All Haaland in he comes. Right, so we need to lose 5 million off this team. Dewsbury Hall goes straight in. 3 million to lose somewhere. Jesus. Verts has probably got to go. And I'd probably say Murillo goes. Van der Ven, maybe? Van der Ven? What does that leave us? 6.5? And Die, is it? Or is it and Die? How do you spell his name? And Die? I mean, we've managed to build one fairly quickly. Like, I've not... You can obviously add a little bit more bench cover if you wanted to. But it's got a 97. It's got a 97% rated. And that has Salah, Palmer, Bruno, and Haaland in it. So there you go, and you could drop Bruno down, put a little bit more money in the back line if you wanted to, or drop Bruno down and go for maybe like another striker. Give yourself a little bit more options there. But I don't mind that. I think that's a pretty stacked team. 6.5s as well. You could obviously go for Saw if you didn't want to go for Ndai, Xhaka if you didn't want to go for Dewsbury Hall. It's not a terrible team, is it? It's not a terrible team with all three of them in. I don't think anyway. In a select and lock team, would you find Dewsbury Hall or Nico Williams? I think probably more Nico Williams. And die to Reinders and keep Murillo. Yep, there's plenty of options with it, isn't there? Plenty of options with it to go for with this side, realistically. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have ahead of the deadline, we'll try and answer as many as we possibly can. I don't think I would go anywhere near Grealish for game week 1. Not for me, anyway. What's my favourite 7.5 million forward? I would probably lean more towards Mateta. If Solanke was 100% fully fit and available, definitely would be Solanke, but I don't think he's quite there. But yeah, there is a Haaland, Salah and Palmer draft. If you really want to have all three, there it is. There you go. I prefer Ruter ahead of probably Marlon in my opinion as well. Yeah, Ruter ahead of Marlon for me. 325 by the way on the likes, guys. You've absolutely smashed it out of the park. The record I've ever got on a stream was 357. Let's see if we can push it. All right, see if we can go for it. First 2 weeks and only 1 week's defense don't matter. True. Rodgers and Tossin or Cucurella and Marlon. Rodgers and Tossin. Ruter or Tielemans. I prefer Tielemans as you can see here, so probably Tielemans. I think there's just a little bit of uncertainty. I really don't like Brighton. Like, they all the time rotate players. They just do nuts things. They just do, don't they? Favourite 4.5. Favourite 4, probably Esteve or Goodmanson. Haywire Bruno. Pens. Decent attacking output. Defcon should be decent if he plays in a more defensive role anyway. He could just be one of those players that just ticks along really nicely. Yeah, Tossin was Tossin and Rodgers instead of Tarkowski and Tielemans. So yeah, there you go. And that is my worry. Is Rodgers fit enough? And how long do we have with Tossin? It just puts two doubters in there straight away, doesn't it? Whereas I feel with this, we're very comfy. Like, very, very comfy. Outside of injuries, this is a very, very comfy squad. Soboslai is going to be playing in a more deeper role this year. And there's competition. There is just competition. So I probably would stay away. We only need 11 more people to hit 16.3, by the way. Kelleher's still got a strong start of starting, but there is a little bit of doubt around it. We didn't get like a 100% confirmed positive answer from Keith Andrews, so that does worry me a little bit. Thoughts on Wan-Bissaka? I think he could be one of those that could create it to like 4.3 when they don't keep like maybe a couple clean sheets within the first few. Tim Allen with a £5 donation. Thank you very much, Tim. I massively appreciate that, my man. He says, going into game week 1 with no Arsenal worries me for week 2. What are your thoughts? 100% agree. Like, I think a lot of people, though, are going to be in the same position. But yeah, it could be one of those scores that goes off. But you've got to ask yourself, how do I get the Arsenal in? Well, I have to take out Watkins in my team, for example. And I just think Watkins is better over the opening 5 than probably Goalkeeper is over the opening 5. I think Watkins probably scores more. I think an area where you could just go for an Arsenal could just be a Gabriel. If you've got that 6 million slot, Gabriel could just be it. A nice, easy way into it. Saka's a little bit more difficult as well. Again, we could go for Saka. We could take Bruno out. We could go up to Saka. There is that possibility. But if he loses pens, I don't think he's a 10 million option. So what I'm going to do with Arsenal is wait and see. I'm going to wait and see. Alright? And if they look really, really good in game week 1, maybe there's a chance we make an early move. Maybe Goalkeeper goes out and Goalkeeper comes in for Watkins. Maybe. But you've got to remember they play Liverpool in game week 3. So it's kind of, I would say, maybe don't just focus on one individual game week. Look at multiple game weeks and go, are they going to be the best players for this, for their price point, over a 5-week period? And if you're not captaining them, I won't worry about them too much. So yeah, there you go. Arsenal fullbacks are very unclear. Yeah, agree. Haaland is too expensive compared to Watkins and Isak. 100% agree. If you're not going to be captaining him, don't have him. Simple as that. If you're not captaining Erling Haaland, there's no justification for spending that. Same with Salah. If you've got a Haaland and Salah team, I don't think it works because I'd want to have one of them. No worries, Tim. Thank you very much for the donation, man. I really, really appreciate that. I hope the best of luck for game week 1 and beyond for the rest of the season, man. I really appreciate that. Michael says, Tosin, Sells and Porro or Van de Ven, Sanchez and Mikalenkovic. I think there's more security in the second, but more upside in the first. So whichever one you fancy probably going for. Do you fancy that security or do you fancy that little bit of a risk? We've done a big selection of team reviews already. We did a massive amount of them. So yeah, probably not going to do any more for today. But yeah, I'm seeing quite a few of the other big boys are going live. So thank you very much for your continued support on this channel. 336. Let's see if we can make it to 350. It would be absolutely immense if we could. We've been live for 3 hours and 9 minutes. 3 hours and 9 minutes. That alone deserves just a like. Alright? That alone deserves a like. So, yeah. Keep the likes coming in. Keep the subscriptions coming in. We're smashing it. Today's been a great stream. Really, really good stream. Ba-da-ba-da-boom-boom. Just going to have a quick drink. Thoughts on Bowen at 8? I don't like Bowen for me personally. No, I don't like Bowen. I don't think he's that good an option. I think once you get past game week 1 with the West Ham players, I don't see many goals. I really don't. And I'm a massive Bowen fan. Bowen for minutes, Pedro for upside. Probably where I'd be sat on that one, Joel. Is it too risky to go without Haaland or Salah? I think there's definitely a possibility that you can. But at the same time, where do you go with captaincy? I think Salah represents the best captain, 3 of the opening 5. Maybe 4 if Newcastle look really bad. What about Solanke? I think if he'd played more minutes in the Super Cup, I'd be tempted. Right now, no. What's the thoughts of a no Salah bench boost game week 1 with a wildcard in game week 2? I would prefer to save the wildcard for a little bit later, in my personal opinion. I won't go anywhere near Rico Lewis. Not for me. I'm going Bowen then. Game week 2, I'm going to go Sesko or Mateta. Fair. I just don't want to be... I don't think you should book in transfers. No Salah. I mean, it is interesting. I did a short on it, but again, probably not for me where I would sit with it. Yeah. Probably not for me. We only need 9 more likes to hit 350 likes on today's stream, which would be immense. It genuinely would be immense. And I'd be extremely grateful if, of course, we were able to do that. So if you do enjoy it, hit that like button. Hit it, baby. I think Tom's just finished, right? Golden goal finished today? Are you done for the day? Yeah, I think he's done. He's done for the day. What likes are we on? Let's have a look at the likes. 350, baby. Come on. Come on. We only need 7 to break our total for all time. 7 to break our total for all eternity, okay? That's all we need. So yeah, it'd be great if we could do that. It would be great if we could do that. Who do you think will win the Ballon d'Or? Probably Dembele. But yeah, 7 more likes to hit our total that we've never... Well, it would be a record. Well, joint record at 7. Any more would be a record. Okay? And we also need 2 more subscribers for 16.3. Like, we've smashed today's stream out of the park. Absolutely smashed it. This is, I think, pretty much me locked, by the way, guys. Like, I don't see myself changing. I think this is going to be me. We'll probably sign off fairly soon. As you can hear, my voice is very raspy. We've been streaming for 3 hours and 30 minutes. So it's been a very big stream. Obviously, a lot of the big boys are going live now as well. So, yeah. Is Kelleher nailed? There's doubts around whether or not he'll play game week 1. I think he will, but I won't risk it. I won't risk it for me anyway. 364. Let's go. Come on, baby. Le Bosch. Thank you very, very much. I am honestly over the moon. Most liked stream ever on the channel. Yeah. Legends. Absolute legends. Thank you very much, guys. You're honestly the best subscribers I could ever ask for. Yeah. I'm honestly just lost for words. Like, the growth, the support on this channel is immense. It honestly is immense. Get the dubs in the chat. Dub, 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 dub. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Who knows where we're going to be, by the way, next Friday. Like, we could be hitting 17.5k. Like, if the opening few game week... Well, if the opening week of content goes really well, goes down really well, you never know. You never know. Thank you very much for your continued support on the channel, guys. You are just absolute legends, by the way. 372, the likes just keep flying in. Dubs, dubs, dubs. 400, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. It'd be a great way to start the season with a big, juicy dub stream. 6-3 as well. 6-3 as well is great. I really appreciate you. You guys are class. I was going to set up like a little stream for a singy song, like a karaoke booth setting. Maybe we look at it. Maybe we look at it. Would you guys like a sing song to celebrate? I don't know. We can do one if you want. You want a sing song? We can do a sing song. We can do a sing song for 375 likes, alright? FPL MV in the chat as well. Hope you're doing good, my man. How did your deadline stream go today? Good? Kirkes or Lewis Skelly? I would prefer neither of them. I think there's plenty of better solid picks at that price point that those two are at. Play Thiago Silva. My girlfriend would absolutely love that, but I can't. I don't know the words. I've got a PSG shirt though, so we can do it for future. Maybe I'll get her to learn me the words. Steady, man. Glad it went all right for you, mate. Glad it went all right for you. Van de Ven, Gahey, or Dogu? Probably Van de Ven for security. Porro, Gakpo, or Van de Ven Wirtz? Van de Ven or Porro, Gakpo. Porro, Gakpo. I'm playing Draft FPL. Yeah, we did a Draft FPL with all our Discord members. It was great. My team's not too bad for that. My team is not too bad for that. Not too shabby. Oh. Oh dear. What a stream. What a stream it's been, by the way, guys. 16.3. Record breaking like bosh. I think we're going to leave it there because I really need a wee. All the big boys are live. I'm going to let them go and do their thing. I've been live for nearly 3.5 hours. My voice is on the floor. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very, very much for just a great opening to the season, really. Absolutely smashed it with the subs. Absolutely smashed it with the likes. This is going to be the team. I'm not going to change it. I've got other things to go and do anyway. So I'm going to go and do those. Keep hitting the subscribe button. Plenty of content coming. There'll be videos out tomorrow as well. And yeah. All the best for the opening game week, guys. All the best. All the best. Who is live right now that we could go and raid? Who's live? Who is live? MV's live. Should we go to MV stream? Let's go to MV stream, alright? Golden's offline, otherwise I'd have gone to him. We're going to go to MV stream. Let me just get the link in the chat. Let's go to MV stream. Go and tell him FPL Tom raid. Boom. There you go. Go and give him some love. Go and give him some support. And yeah. Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, I'll see you very, very shortly.